Alright, as we have both teams here, we'll begin.
As PRX and GenG go through their map picks, one can't help but wonder about Breeze, because that was the first map to kick things off between these two teams last time, and it was really close.
It was close, but it did favor GenG, so you might want to think twice about playing that same map again. But then again,
I didn't go back
after
to
seeing
bed.
everything play out, you know, we've seen GenG's improvements all across the board. Now we're starting to think, like, maybe you want to watch out for what GenG has in store. Like, maybe you want to ban out some.
Long day ahead of us.
Like an icebox, maybe?
Yeah,
Hope you got nothing planned.
Tough choices here as PRX, where you're gonna have to fall into a map that you're not comfortable with, whether it be icebox or
It's an FPS game.
One of those three is gonna come through. They haven't played Bind
This
yet.
is an extremely
so,
long day of valor.
That GenG is gonna lean into. They were able to get over DRX. It was an overtime, a map that DRX is very good on Bind. You know, talked about it yesterday, where obviously DRX beat Fnatic on Bind at Champs last year. Again, slightly different roster, but it is what it is. So my eyes are really on what is GenG now.
It will be longer than 12 hours.
Makes total sense to me.
Oh yeah.
At least.
PRX is just too good on this map right now. They've got so much control with that Sage
Mr.
wall.
WCMP, what did I tell you yesterday gang would win,
Yeah,
didn't
they
I?
were really
Terma
busy
is a
this
bona
kickoff, I would
fide
say.
fraud.
Bona fide, is that
How
how?
much time to
It's
pluck
up.
that map apart.
Thanks, General GenG. Yeah, you seem to be a good luck charm. You found your team. Irish Co TV as well, thanks for the 10 months.
PRX, because that was the map that PRX
Irish Co, Irish Taco. Sorry, it's still early. Still very early. I even know your name, but.
A little bit. 13-6, a little bit.
I mean, it's interesting. Both teams kind of maybe leading into the maps I didn't expect initially. So GenG goes for Lotus. They lost to PRX on this the first time around. What have they been able to figure out? I mean, they do look a lot better on this map, especially with Meteor and Munchkin lurking around the map. Have been an absolute nightmare for other teams to deal with recently.
All right, and then leaving Breeze for the last
I think the vibe pretty chilled in this game. You know, more relaxed. We made it to Madrid. We're happy. Obviously, this game still doesn't have meaning, but you know, smiles everywhere. You see the little smiles. They're happy, you know.
Last year they suddenly picked out Arena, so
I think we might see ISO get there.
Oh, ISO.
Look, there's like 4 agents Forsaken hasn't played yet. So
Deadlock,
Deadlock, ISO, Sage. So far this, you know, the last couple of seasons.
Gotta collect them all.
Yeah, exactly. He's busy making his Pokedex full.
Okay, so first map is Sent.
Here we go.
Paper explain that weird call.
Classic compositions.
Yep.
PRX playing the same thing that they did yesterday against T1. The thing about this composition for PRX though is that we need every single player to pop off, right? And while
today's gonna be a long day.
Stats-wise, it wasn't quite up there with
Right,
the rest
so
of the team, but again, it doesn't
we got
really
this game.
matter if
Also,
Something
FPX are
and
beating
Bunyan
Trace.
are working in tandem to secure a lot of these sites.
Maybe I'll try and get the
It's
second
just, I'm more
score
worried about
because
what
there will be a lot of
GenG
Chinese
has
games. There'll be a lot of
prepared,
games going on at
because
the same
way
time
that they
today.
played Ascent against Zeta
So
in the division
PRX,
shows
GenG.
that they absolutely
This is a
knew
best
how
of
to play
5.
defense.
So this, you know,
I
mean, it could be a fast 3-0, right? But it also could be
fast-paced
3-2.
PRX comp with the KO in there to shut things down.
We'll see.
Well,
So,
the Tiger Nation
we'll see.
is facing off the Rexes.
Then you've got, I want to watch this game
again
for sure.
To close out the Pacific kickoff.
And then
So, yes,
if
the
these
reaction
games
is
finish early,
Helios and
then
Will.
this game might be on before
Thank
this
you very
game.
much. Yes, here we are, another grand
And
final,
so
but this
we might be
time,
watching this,
very different
this,
face on the other side of the arena.
not this.
PRX punching a ticket.
But
as
it's 3
expected by
MEA
a lot of
games.
us to get
And
to
3
this point,
MEA
to
games
go
will
to
certainly
Madrid.
take us up to
But
Cloud9
it's not the
and
PRX on
RBR,
the other side of the
which will
arena.
take us
It
to
is a
Lev
different
Sen.
Korean squad.
And I
GenG,
think I'll start
the
watching
up-and-coming
after Lev
challengers,
Sen.
see if they can take away the
But
throne.
this could be...
Of course, not entirely unfamiliar faces, right?
Who knows
We've
when
got
this will
head
work.
Coach Solo and Locky on that side. They
I
have
don't think I'll watch
succeeded during
G2
years before,
Crew.
But this squad, a lot of people thought they're going to need
Just
a
'cause
lot more time. Of course,
that
the
would be
talent is there,
insane.
but they're going to need to
But in
grow into
theory,
it.
I
They
could be
say,
steering
"No,
from
we want to
8
get
a.m.
all
to
the
2 a.m.
experience we can in kickoff and go
No
right
breaks.
into
Well,
Madrid
after
with
2
a
a.m.,
strong
4 a.m.
force. And today, I mean, last time they matched up,
8 a.m. to 4 a.m. is what, a
20-hour
20-hour stream?
It very well could. I mean, you're
Can
talking
I
about
make the bread?
experience. GenG have been getting
Zerastic said,
the
give me 2 minutes
maximum
of bread.
amount of experience, maximum maps, maximum matches to get to this point. Their ticket to Madrid is punched, but they want to go away.
I almost clicked
as
67,
champions.
can I?
Back into stage 1. with
Stop,
higher
Fred.
expectations, with a trophy on their backs.
Where's an
Let's see if
Ascent?
they're going to be able to earn it. Start things off nicely with a map win here on Ascent.
And of course, the Death's touch upon it, but the composition's no changes here from
You got-
what they last showed.
you got 2 minutes.
PRX having their own interpretation around this Viper composition, and they have used it
Fred,
quite
quick.
a bit to great success against T1. So we'll see if GenG has studied all the tape. Another difference, of course, PRX, when they went up against T1, it was against Execurate Cypher. And it did prove some trouble for Monyet's Raze, whereas he was kind of getting caught off guard a lot on the entry. It was really the follow-up trades that worked. This time, a little bit more familiarity with the kill
PRX
now on the A site.
On attack with that comb.
Looking for a retake for GenG on A.
All right, well, something
Comb worked pretty well to start.
Ghost in hand, takes down Texture. That tip of the spear, taken out.
This
Meteor
is
as well,
Valorant.
being tracked over in towards main. The door's going to be broken down. The turret offering up a bit of damage there.
I
Ooh,
forgot how
that's
to
good
make
for me,
this
yeah.
voice have emotions with PRX winning Madrid.
Gets the one tap. Meteor goes down, and something finds a second kill.
Well, Mia did pretty well there
Bit
to
of a
get a
timing
kill
mismatch
and
there. I
do
mean,
some
Meteor,
damage,
he did his
but
best to hold on to main and even popped the nanoswarm before he went off. As you see, a lot of
round.
damage still quite doable here for GenG considering the health.
Karen just having to back away. Rotate back around Lakia.
good from something.
And that ever so familiar back gen position.
Astro
this time.
CLL,
No,
thanks for the
rifle in
13
hand,
months.
can't get the win.
I forgot how to make
Will get
this
taken
voice
down.
have
It's gonna be
emotions
the
with
only one
PRX winning
here on
Madrid.
the side of PRX as they take
It's
the
like
lead.
if you do something,
Now, a lot of this, of course, is PRX just knowing when to keep up the
if
tempo.
you do
As soon as
something
they
like
get that
very
contact, they understand
sassy,
that it has to be
he
weak. They
seems
got
to
the
read
first
it in
kill.
a
They
pretty
wanna
sassy
push
voice.
through. I mean, you know it's the Jet peeking out, then you catch sight of the Killjoy. You just want to run through and make sure you destroy everything before backup arrives. So it's a matter of GenG just maybe not expecting the entire force to follow at full tempo speed, full running all the way up mid.
No cheeky force spies coming in. As Karen, trying to just go for a bit of a tempo TP up. Try to catch somebody off guard, but they swing the corner instantly and he is taken down.
Yeah, we got to keep in mind that this screen right now is really set up to try to disrupt mid. So GenG
Three
trying
people
to wonder
here,
if that
but-
was the case. No, it's a fast push into A.
The Prowler in, Lockett gone. Texture
The
has to
one
dash
shot.
back, trying to get some headshots through.
Yo,
Boom, pulling his attention. That Monyet picks up a 3K. Looking now for potentially the 4 as Meteor goes down to 15 HP. Jump shot to get him in the head. A 4K for Monyet, and I gotta say, this is the hottest start that we've seen from him thus far.
Yes, I mean, we saw it in the win contribution graph as well. Monyet not really being a big part of the round wins that PRX has gotten. That's not to say that he's not necessarily playing his role. We see whenever he's playing this Raze, his goal is to just create that space, create those angles, create those trades for his teammates, and no better teammates
Okay,
for that other
good
than
stuff
this
for
squad of
PRX. It looks like they're
Always
probably
good
just going to
for
run
that
it down for
follow-up
second
kill,
support
and
and
hell,
Odin.
Forsaken Odin right from round 3.
To engage. Weapons hot.
Lockett as well. Going to be looking to try to utilize that. We'll see who's going to be able to come out on top as they do get ready to spray at each other over there towards B. See a slight creep up from Mindfreak working his way.
He actually gets
into
ahead
B
of
main.
it. Ooh.
Munchkin eating some damage there. Monyet just going to be sitting on the boom bot. No one's got situated there in Wine.
Gets him one step closer to that Thrash. And they could try to bring that back over towards the B side as well. I mean, PRX, they've already accomplished their mission here in the very beginning of the round. Disrupt A main control. That keeps them guessing on the A side. And now you can shift your focus.
Lakia doing the scouting, Meteor doing the killing.
A shot from Meteor, so now
Good opening kill to be found here for the side of GenG.
leaves
They will put
Wine.
themselves on the board in this bonus round. Clock running down below a minute now. Seems like ultimately PRX do want to end up over here on this B site. Alarm bot giving that early warning here.
Yeah, but without the full 5. Slow down just a bit, trying to set up for the pinch from main.
Prowler, wingman sent out. Lakia able to find another kill here on the B side. Meteor as well. Nanoswarm taking down something. Monyet will fall. He manages to find a second elimination. Spike down. Can be retrieved, but now finds himself in a position where
he gets a kill. He's got ult.
tap on the spike,
Oh,
see if
if he
anybody's
finds the
close
spike,
by.
he's got ult.
Oh, he's
Hear
more
that it's not held.
Yeah, he's more focused on taking down weapons rather than the spike. Now he's going to
get closer. He does have a showstopper online now. But as he swings out behind the box, Munchkin will be able to take
nice
him
from
down.
GenG.
2 players lost. GenG retained 3 weapons and get themselves on the board.
Yeah, one of those rounds where it doesn't feel so bad for either side. Lakia playing
Okay.
rogues there with the Odin, just making sure that
Pretty
the
normal
Bricks can't
start.
play their classic
Oh yeah, I was
going
gonna try and get the other score.
Meteor with good coverage too, all the way from
Let me try it.
backside, or rather towards their spawn, able to
try
create
and
that
get that
crossfire.
sorted.
Of course, on the
bear
Nanoswarm,
with
even
me.
picking up the kill onto something. Not quite sure what happened there. But this is, I mean, all the way through the paranoia as well, just knowing that you have the crossfire ready to go.
Fuck that. Nice.
Keeping things nice and calm for the time being, but we saw yesterday just how rowdy GenG can get on that stage. A couple more wins, I'm sure that we're going to be seeing that energy spiking up. But for now, has been a slow start for the likes of Texture as well as Karon.
He's over
Something going to get pinged.
Don't know what I'm going to tell that to you.
He didn't quite catch the fact that the Jet had flown right over the Thrash. And this seems to be something that GenG has kind of read through. PRX, whenever they get that Thrash on any map they use the Gecko, they will use it right off the bat just to get some map control, and then they'll happily rotate to the other side. When you have that updraft, you can really fake them out.
Still double stacking in this position, and Texture, yep. Then he wasn't on the board, now finds himself with 2 kills. Mind Freak pushing in from 3, however, going to be able to find 1. Fragment nade coming down, does take out Munchkin, but he's quickly traded by that Showstopper, but Texture now picking up the 4K to tie things up at 2-2.
All he needed was a bit of setup in this round to get that first kill, and then he gets going. You love to have a duelist like that. I love the setup that GenG brings against this Thrash. Obviously, we've seen plays like that before, not necessarily against the Thrash, but this is perfect because the Gecko only has the vision through that Thrash ultimate. So once it ends, you're kind of wondering, did that play happen or not? They tried to time the pinch in with the Showstopper from Link, but Texture is just ready for it. And he's just playing like he's streaming from home.
And there's the energy we were talking about.
Face is so bright. This is natural light. Again, it's because it's cloudy, and I think the sun is just like, whenever it's cloudy, I get just the reflection of the white clouds on my face.
It really has to be considered a bit of a force here on this 5th round. You don't win this one out, you're gonna have to reconsider some of those broken buys in the future.
That's your point. Going to be very nicely timed to find pretty much everybody on the side of PRX. 3 players going to be caught on that.
Sorry, I missed that last round.
The smoke, Munchkin just going to be able to find Forsaken, not force off the angle fast enough by the Molly. Now spotted here at back gen. Nade coming out, flash is being sent. Monyet going on the hunt, but doesn't want to push into his own nade too much. Texture swinging out, finding 1, dashes forward, catches Monyet over.
Team has been cooking Harbor Viper, Sage, Killajewels, Gecko on Icebox. Lord, the scrims have been free. The retake and post-plant is incredible.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more Harbor, to be honest, also. On Icebox from the pro team.
What an unreal.
This thing fits the map, to be honest. The way the map's played, I just feel like Harbor's sick. So I feel like Harbor's insane on Icebox. Like, you're gonna play a lot of retakes. Harbor's good for retakes.
Especially with the buy that we just had, but Munchkin just spraying through the smoke. I love that because we're seeing this change where teams are trying to get as close as possible into these sites before they start their actual execute.
Which is
really
good for your
denying that
post-play.
possibility. After the first one, he's like, oh yeah, this feels common enough.
Take out my
just
yellow
calm
mark.
down on the 4K.
And there we go.
1-1 in trace.
PRX, Alex wanting
Got
to
some
try
trolling.
to slow this down a little bit, maybe slow the momentum from Texture as well.
Yeah.
Beauty filter, bro. It's light outside. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you other than yes.
Is heating up too much.
The clouds reflecting, it's actually kind of a bit foggy.
Alex has showcased it time and time again, even in this tournament, back at the AVL as well, when side player was
Minus 100 subs when? I hope that the guy gets his money back.
Back-to-back timeouts really slows
That is
down
funny,
the tempo now. GenG, they've been on the receiving end of this.
Hold on, I can make it less white if you want.
And given the energy they showed on stage, I don't know if it's going to be enough to cool off the primary duelist Texture.
Happy?
I mean, he's just been so consistent. I mean, maybe a handful of times those first couple matches that we were seeing from GenG where when it did go to that map 3, he and Meteor would slap
What 100 subs, kids? Oh, so if you weren't watching the
G2
G2 EG game yesterday, let me explain.
for that impact, but
A 15-year-old kid gifted me 100 subs.
Yeah, the fact that they even feel
So I got 100 subs, and then instantly, it was a mistake.
Please carry us through, and then I'll get right back into it in the next half. Comms like that, you love to hear from a team that had so much trouble finding the right ingredients around themselves.
And when asked, why did you gift 100 subs? How did you accidentally gift 100 subs? The explanation was, I wanted to see how much it cost.
Spotting out 3 players. Mind Freak still lurking around outside of B main, just tucked away. The drone won't be able to spot him.
This has to, oh, they don't spot Meteor. This is huge because the pinch might get slowed down by the Killjoy.
Got enough damage across.
What happened next? He said it was a mistake. Me in the chat told him, just contact your bank or get your, well, we said tell your mom. Get her to contact your bank / PayPal. Hopefully they'll refund it.
the answer is going to be no.
Twitch
Device
doesn't
stuck out here outside
refund
main.
gift subs, which does feel like what if you do misclick? Like
PRX
if you
is
were
going to
trying to
have
gift
all
10
this
but
match.
accidentally
Munchkin
gave
gets
100.
Another kill through the smoke once again.
0 point didn't even go off.
No,
He
it wasn't
ready
his.
for it.
It
He's
was
just ready
from
for a
his
reaction.
mum's
With these
PayPal account, I
pre-fires,
think.
this is where that experience comes in for someone like Munchkin. But
So we just
Gen
said,
G,
go on your
there are no
mum's
slouches when
PayPal
it comes down
account.
to these
Tell
1v1
PayPal
duels.
to
So
cancel
PRX
it.
can't just get away with trying to create a distraction one side and then just push as one force step by
And for some
step
reason,
into
his mum
another
was like,
area.
"Oh,
They're
she's
going
going to
get
delete my
cracked. You're
account,"
going
which
to have
I
the
thought was a
need
terrible
to fire
idea.
back. I mean, Meteor hiding
Like,
from them
no,
probably was
keep the
everything.
account in case you need the proof that you've done it.
Bigging up each other on that team. I mean, some wondered, including myself, if the players would kind of get along even, given the history they have and the egos
That's
they
what
might
it
have
costs.
from the pride that they've built up.
500. I don't know where he's from, but it costs $500.
Just fine.
Seeing him around the studio, just hanging out. Oh boy.
Don't think they would have spotted him just
Oh,
yet.
Mind Freak. Still
I said I'd give him my half.
HP.
But Twitch won't give him back his.
Joining with the rest of the squad. And potentially, we'll have to hand off that Guardian to somebody that's a bit sturdier on the HP bar.
Yeah, and the anchor here from Karon. The Paranoid buys just enough time for all of backup to arrive.
He does get in, but he's get dizzy. But now he backs away, and the kills start flowing.
Hey, Gen G, kind of fine. What if Gen G wins?
It's just the one kill onto the enemy killjoy.
What happened to my
Mind Freak
Pacific?
player getting tagged up right off the rip by the operator. Last one standing.
He's had some amazing clutches yesterday, but with 25 HP and a Guardian, you have to imagine he has to save for the next 40 seconds, at which point, Gen G, there's nothing stopping him
Subs
from
if
going on
Gen
the
G
hunt,
win.
especially for Lakia. I mean, toss
Are you
that over
tired
to
again,
someone else.
Intel?
Go and make this Hunter's Fury happen for the next round.
30 seconds left.
Go to sleep, buddy. Gen G have won.
TPing forward, trying to scout him, but Mind Freak will swing in. Texture will get the shot, and Gen G will continue upward. 5-2 now.
It's impressive how many moments like this that Karon has in his very first VCT tournament. Yeah, he played one event in the offseason at Convergence, but even there, it took a little bit to warm up. Yeah, he had some individual moments, but it was a very short-lived event.
But then
For the
people
squad of
accused
Gen
me
G.
of using that
And
15-year-old
Hendricks
as
will
like a
talk about how
plant.
Yeah, all these maps.
Because then other people started giving
really
subs
benefited someone
because
like
it was
Karon,
quite
and he
funny.
is fitting
And I guess
right
to
in
make
onto
up for the
stage.
fact that I
He's
got
been
robbed of
starving
100
for an
subs.
opportunity like this.
So then other people started
Taking advantage of it fully. So many 3K highlights
gifting
throughout
subs. So
kickoff.
then people accused me
I was trying to ignore it. Just trying to imagine that it's not actually here. It worked
of
before. during
putting
the
it,
swing.
putting this
It's- I mean,
15-year-old in the chat.
PRX might be in the game, but this isn't like a T-Rex where we can just sit still and ignore it.
What happened to the 15-year-old down like 100 gift subs? We'll have to find out. Hopefully he's in the chat later today.
Much to the
I mean, the little progress bar still has it on.
But we've been able to sort these out a little bit quicker here, so hopefully we'll be able to get right back into the game. But listen, things like this happen.
Okay,
and what's
we'll
important
see
at
what
this
it is
point
first, so
going
it's not
to
too
be
long,
keeping
but
up
then
that
if not-
energy for the side of Gen G, right? I mean, no matter what the reason is, it happens now and then. It's part of a real tournament. And for Gen G, it's about keeping that energy up. And for PRX, it's about not letting the thoughts get to your head. Because obviously you can't discuss any of the actual
Sound a
gameplay
little
here
congested.
during this part of the tech pause.
Well, looks like audio issue. Our old friend rearing its ugly head once more.
Audio issue.
All right, well, we'll see if it gets sorted out quick enough. Talk about the match so far, though. 5-2 lead on a comeback from Gen G.
10 for a
after losing the pistol
backflip? You think
round.
I can do a fucking backflip?
So
I
far,
can't even
this is one
touch
of
my
those maps
toes.
that's looking like you
Well,
got the
I mean, I
pistol,
can
but
if I
what
bend
more
my
did you
knees,
make
you
of
know.
it,
I
right?
mean
You
with
got
the
two
fucking
rounds that you're
straight
supposed
leg.
to get if you win the pistol. Obviously, the pistol won off the back of some nice shots and really fast tempo, as PRX often does. But then, once the buys came in from Gen G, they just fire right back.
Yeah, it's just incredibly impressive. And again, I mean, for Texture to just kind of start things off, not really be present in those first couple rounds, and then just slingshot his way to the top of the standings.
What's the best
Aaron as
venue?
well was right there with him. This is a scary
Of
team.
the three, I
It's
mean,
been
it's probably MEA
a
again, I
very
think.
long time.
Well,
since
China, maybe.
there's been any
China,
kind of
I guess.
belief in Gen G. Not since
True.
Am I
the 4-0
satisfied with Loud's
start,
performance?
Insane
Yeah.
fall off at the beginning
I'm
of Pacific
satisfied.
last year. It was just like, oh,
With
okay,
Loud's
this
performance.
team peaked early.
Yeah.
And there's no hope. Okay, now they're bringing in Solo. He wasn't able to get much done when he was coaching over on Damwon, Lakia. He wasn't able to get through some of the matches that everyone expected that he would win at Ascension.
Yeah.
Is this going to work? They have Karon. Who is this guy? But I mean,
I
they
do have
made
a
their names
donation,
known.
I think,
Yes,
isn't
and
it?
I was part of that group that was doubting this
So
team.
there
I
was-
mean, sure, a
people
story
have
production
donated
sounds
before.
great, but
I'm pretty
that's
sure
all
you
on
can if you
paper.
wanted to.
I felt like maybe all of them had enough chances, and now I'm proven wrong, and I couldn't be happier about it.
PRX.
Cider or beer? Oh, you sweet summer
Get
child.
themselves back into this game here in round number 8. Operator, of course, still in the hands of Textures.
How did EG look? They won a lot of clutches, to be fair. Like, people are going to look at the score and be like, oh my god, G2 is so bad. But they lost 13-11 in a game in overtime to a team that did clutch quite a few times.
Really flush him out of this position.
Are they ready for the
But they didn't look awful.
Prowler comes out.
Prowler coming in, and yep, Lakia not able to find the kill. Gets a good amount of damage out, but otherwise will still be standing. Haunt going up in towards the window. Cloudburst going to be slapped down. He does get caught.
Oh, they're trying to chase the
Blind Freak pushing forward, gets the headshot, opening things up a bit. The Meteor hears the footsteps, swings out of the smoke, able to find one, but it's quickly traded by
Texture was just walking back into boat.
Null Command, 2 flashes available here for the side of Bunchkin. Devi, though, could reposition if he so chooses.
Yeah, but something is low, and considering that that op might be picked up, Munchkin surely goes for this. I mean, you look at the creds and everything, you have to. And if it's Munchkin, there's absolutely a possibility.
Here's more.
The second thrash.
Yeah, that's rash, but 0 point. Going out to interrupt, and it does.
Just in time as well.
Stops it in its tracks before the dive can come in. Flash sent.
Waiting for a peek
What
out.
the hell's going on with his gun?
Spectator bug there.
Did you see the spectator's gun?
Flush him out, swings to the one side, but can't transition back. Munchkin making it damn close, still making it costly, but PRX will be able to break the win
But G2
streak.
looking good? I wouldn't say
Barely
G2
so,
looked
though.
good
I mean,
either.
off the bat
They had
of the
some
crash,
moments,
sure,
but they
nice
also had
triple
some
swing
absolute
to take
troll
out
moments.
what
GenG
they
got
thought
5
was
ults.
the operator. In fact, it ended up being the Odin and the Sova. But then the thrash, I mean, you get the detain.
Yeah, my
onto the
G2
Jet, and
fourth
Kira's
prediction
just there for
isn't looking
backup.
too
What a guy
hot.
to have as a bodyguard for the side of Texture. And Meteor, I don't mind the timing. He's trying to just make sure Texture can stay alive for just a bit longer. Misses, obviously, the kill just fast enough, but he's dwindling the numbers down for a potential clutch.
Straight back into it.
Late storm push out mid.
5 ults available here on the side of GenG. 1 already popped. The knives are in. Texture rushing up the top.
Oh, actually worked.
Something finally able to get the punish to Hunter's Fury as well, crashing in as Lakia hunting
The
for
play
a
I
tag.
hate actually
Doesn't find
worked.
anything else. But still is a 2-for-1 trade up here for GenG.
They don't know about this. Mind Freaks lurk. I mean, surely you have to know. PRX, they've been lurking so much this entire tournament on any map they're on. Munchkin,
I mean, he's just
spotted.
shoulder to shoulder basically with Munchkin. He was just sat there top mid. Mind Freak slides his way in towards String.
They are
very
aware
well
of it.
might think that this is protected. Devi looking TP for
Bruh.
Lakia over on the corner. Dizzy not
The timing was a bit better. They could have worked, to be honest.
Lakia somehow survives, gets the kill, and GenG.
Who will win the play-in? In what region?
Oh, I'm not sure if it
In
was just
Americas?
spam through the smoke or what, but that seemed a bit disjointed even
Man.
for PRX.
In Americas,
On
I'd
those
guess
swings
Sen
out
will
from
left.
the smoke. Mind Freak's timing as well. I mean, Mind Freak, I think, waited to get the info, but
Because
this
what? It's
was
probably
good.
going to be
We've seen that move time
Cloud9,
and time again, but the fast one
Sen will left,
for the anti-flash from his teammate.
and
What a
G2, all
start for
crew.
the team, and that should be the next timeout coming out right off the bat for PRX.
I mean, we saw this.
I guess whoever comes in Group B will win it. Which means that Loud play a #1 seed team.
And yeah, they went on to win the map, but I mean, it was multiple.
Which could mean that we
resets,
get
and it
Loud
was
in a...
close.
We could get Loud NRG or we could get Loud
Very
EG.
bold attempt here from the side of Alex, but he's just not liking what he's seeing and is expecting to have more success on this attacking side.
And I do appreciate the style of timeout from Alex. Really, just as soon as he has enough to say.
But that would also mean if Loud do win, that would mean that NRG can't get
It brings
EG.
results. Is it always going to be the safest and wisest way to call a timeout?
If the Group B
Maybe
team
not.
wins
But
the
if it
play-in,
works
that
for your
means that
players, and if you have trust that in a
NRG
best-of
don't
series
get
that's going
what's
to be
probably
going to
be the
long
easiest
haul,
game.
that you want to correct things as soon as they go wrong, then I don't mind it at all. The real question is GenG. Their timeouts have been quite successful this tournament as well. I had my doubts on the coordination between Solo and HSK. Of course, Solo
Okay,
joined a bit
GenG,
late
good
into the
start. I
season,
mean,
but so far they seem to be on the same page.
this is crazy, to be honest, for GenG. To be able
PRX with
to
another weak buy here.
That's hero rifle in the hands of Devi.
kind of take it to PRX.
Sheriff's across the board aside from something. Otherwise, does have that classic, which was putting in some serious work yesterday. Prowler, check forward, lock, yeah. Gonna get caught by this one. Wingman's gonna be cleared out. Swing under the corner. Devi using that hero rifle to good use. He's
Yes,
to find one, but Lakia sat to the corner. It's down 2. Now that can be an Odin recovered. Meteor taking out, the headshots flying. They swing out, but Charon
Look at
still
who
hangs
is
here on
this
the side.
guy?
Charon is nasty with it.
Forsaken grabs a Phantom. He has the spike in hand. Where does he decide to go? For now, just staying sat here in market. Next year swung around to Alley.
I think he Omen ulted across, right?
going to be giving them line of sight.
Yeah, he has all the time in the world, though. Still a full minute, so playing for this mind game to try to get them to search for him first. I like it.
That and waiting for the haunt timing, which he now has back online, but swing around. Karon eventually will find him a 3K. It's GenG moving up 7-3. Great effort, you know, still here from the side of PRX, considering the bye that they had. It's looking dangerously close. But GenG have proven in this tournament they are the kings of the thrifty.
Now PRX have 5 ults.
That's how they shut down the entire team of PRX. And Lakia just dwindling down 2 is enough. It slows him down, gives an opportunity for Karon to find these 1v1s. And how many rounds is that where Karon's had a multi-kill? I gotta say, I think probably all of his kills coming from 2 or 3 Ks back-to-back as well.
Keeping pace with Texture. Is effectively a brand new player. BCT, that is always a good sign. Something, however, showing a better sign for PRX. He takes Texture's head off. Monia pushing forward, hitting the switch. Market door now going to be shut. Something gets taken out by the Nano Swarm.
That's the second time.
I mean, still this, I mean.
Right here.
Bit of a brutal kill to be found. By trying to jump up there onto the half box. Narrowly avoids getting sprayed down through the wall.
3-man flank. I mean, against the Viper Spit, it's going to work pretty well.
Cut off that alley access, but as we can see, GenG, they're not going anywhere near it right now.
This is good news.
Taking turns from it, managing to find one. Munchkin picking up the kill, but Monyet lurking, finding one, putting some shots there.
Good from PRX. They don't expect a second, but
he wins it. Takes him down, and suddenly it's a 2v2. The spike uncovered by this pit. Karon falls. Mindfreak able to find it. The spray coming in, but those tracer rounds just lead Mindfreak to his target. Locky goes down. PRX looking to
if PRX can get 5, you know, they can still win this for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate round there for GenG because they had
You'd expect it to be an attack-sided combo for
PRX. The team
PRX.
was on board to empty the site for a potential nightfall. Texture just thinking he could get away with a
This was nice to have 2 people in May.
Market. Unfortunately, he gets taken down, and that's an instant trade all the way onto Meteor, and the plan falls apart. But if they can get back up to 8, they should be okay for the second half. Thrash online now, though. See if GenG's ready for it this time.
Well, last time it was used, we just didn't see much value coming through. Something getting caught, and then rush play outside of A. This time, though, again, eyes set on B. Lakia, no Odin. Thrash is going to be coming in. Recon does get destroyed, and the Thrash not going to be able to make the jump. Sees connecting. Monyet jumping forward, looking for him. Even thinking about going to the drone there for a brief little second. The jump across comes in.
They didn't expect the second again.
He's able to take him out. They're still getting encroached on. Swing out some shots to the box, connecting there on a Forsaken, whittling him down.
Lakia's still alive.
Trying to hold the line. Does eventually fall. Something cleaning up too. Meteor going to get taken out.
Okay, they did get to 5.
PRX.
Just going for this BXX, which they've done quite a bit.
Rotations come in. They will be able to get this back to 5 at the half.
I feel like Lakia and Meteor did everything they possibly could in the entire multiverse to stay alive there in the back of sight.
Bought a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yes, today's stream will be very long. So I'm going to pace myself. You know, this first game is like a nice, you know, it's like a nice, it does have meaning, but it's not like, you know,
how to adapt into it. They know how to really
I think both teams will be fairly relaxed.
I mean, now
they'll actually probably play better, to be honest, because they will be kind of chilling.
They'd have going into the second half. Of course, getting 5 in a row, starting with their first bye round.
They still do have that advantage of having both timeouts in the back
Any mods?
pocket.
Sure.
But we know how
I'm making a video today? No.
to stop PRX if they start
I wish I could,
rounds,
but I just don't think I'll have time. Unless
the timeouts might not be enough to really
this is a fast 3-0.
GenG going to be looking to come out here.
Maybe then I'd have time, but it would be close. If the China game's going for a while.
Get that much closer to closing out this first map.
Yeah, and something GenG will have to keep an eye on is, of course, some of these retakes that PRX has planned with this composition. I mean, so many projectiles, so many different mollies. And
how am I still alive?
And on top of that, the toxic
honestly, Sliggy, I don't know how Sliggy is alive. Thing is, I couldn't. I assume that Sliggy slept. Anytime Sliggy got a break, I assume he slept on some of these days. I had to miss a couple games because I had to make YouTube videos, which meant that I had to be up at a reasonable hour still. But Sliggy's sleep schedule must be fucked. His body just be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, just trying to really funnel them to the A site, really, if things go their way for the side of PRX.
Yesterday was the first day I was tired,
I
would
say. A lot of options to delay, even without something like the Killjoy.
Today I'm a bit tired.
You have to go through toxic screen 2-3 times.
But we'll be fine. Prediction for left Sen. I mean, I'm in my pick'ems. I pick Sen, so I guess I'm going Sen. But I have no idea.
The drone over the top will be able to spot him. Is he getting ready to come through? And drone should have seen Forsaken as well. Texture gonna come on. Yes, the flashes are in. Texture gonna be able to find two. A site very much open at the moment. So break the window, try to fake something.
Hey, GenG, Texture getting some nice kills. So they wanted to go for kind of mid-aggression play. And Texture just said,
so far, I don't believe he's been spotted.
No, they still have the numbers.
So I think EDG will be edging.
Great check from Forsaken as well off screen, getting the shots through the box to be able to take him down. Munchkin now looking to try to hold the
good one.
up over the top. Does manage to get the flash out.
Pin of shame.
No one's
blinded up, swing around the back. Munchkin actually able to steady the aim, finds a headshot there on a Forsaken, and now something with everything to do. He's been spotted. Shock dart, a little bit of a botch there from the side of Lakia. Is the wingman now going out to try to start this defuse? The push forward, something needing to win the fight.
If he got that kill, unironically winnable.
GenG will tie up the pistol round.
How was EG versus G2? It was quite fun, to be honest. EG, it's such a weird thing because of course no one likes EG, but the players on EG are they've got such a likable team. They've got such a likable team of like a bunch of players, like players trying to make it, and obviously Poster and Jogamo. It's like
really selling that you want to go for a B pinch. And then it's just the force is barely
it's like this weird dichotomy.
PRX just bit right onto it. Nothing more than that.
I think the people in the chat were actually kind of secretly happy that EG won.
Force ups again. We saw them, going for that force buy, which is uncharacteristic of PRX overall yesterday, and finding great success with it.
But the gift sub fiasco is a kid gifted me 100. Not you, kid.
Classics, one sheriff in the hands of
someone. A 15-year-old gifted me 100 subs by accident.
And this is a nice play by
so
PRX,
maybe at some point the counter will go down by 100 subs.
They'll pinch in from both main and defender spawn.
What do I think about the deadlock pick? They actually had some moments where it did look pretty good.
No info now. They want to start.
I do think that they did some things with it that I'm not certain of, but
despite the fact that he only has a ghost and he also puts the buy down to 44, Mind Freak at 76. Couldn't ask for much more than that. Your Killjoy player in that position.
Where are you?
Now Spike can get planted.
Toxin screen down.
And if it wasn't for the sheriff and the ghost, you have to imagine this is one of those rounds where you just call for the save right away.
I'm almost a decade older than a 15-year-old. Well, I am more than a decade older than a 15-year-old.
Looks like they will try to wait for it. Just trying to pick off some early kills, trying to bait them out with the audio.
Seems like GenG just have such a strong read on it. 0 point to go check towards
heaven. Would it be fun if EG knocked NRG out? No, as I was saying, if
spotting over towards trees, they reopen the door.
If
they see nothing.
If the team from Group B wins play-ins, which they probably will, NRG can't play EG.
One more down with him.
Trying to bring this
trying to juggle it over.
Munchkin.
Get it. He got it.
He was celebrating for a little bit, so he wasn't paying attention there, but.
Well, I mean, this esports thing doesn't work out, Texture. You can join the circus. Fantastic juggling.
It's things like that where you start to notice that GenG's really in it.
Because Loud have to play one of EG or NRG.
Because little things like that could
That's how it works, right? Like whoever wins the play in whatever group that is, the other two first seeds can't play each other.
The round where it has to be the turning point. It feels like here for PRX.
That's the only game that we know can't happen.
So much firepower available to GenG, but Odin now brought into
Looking
the full fight
aggressive.
on the opposite side of the map. But once again, GenG just finally able to stray away from the heavy presences.
See, it's interesting because he was suppressed, so you might if they waited a second, honestly, he could have naded these people in this corner, probably gets a kill.
That you scratched up a lot of members if you were a GenG player. So you know that the A site should be weak overall. Meteor going back to try to just disrupt the default just a bit from PRX. Make sure they have to spread out once again. Just activates the turret and now returns.
Yeah, peeking back out. Smoke comes down.
They don't think that hard. Maybe not. I'm
pretty
pretty sure they do, though. I'm pretty sure a player would say, when we're trying to do a trap play, I'm suppressed. Wait 2 seconds.
For the side of something, but still considers it to be a great risk, and now it certainly is one.
Stop asking me who's going to win Sen Lev.
Little wary of the catwalk push, but not quite down.
Just if you want me, if you're just wanting me to say Sentinels, then unlucky. Because they're going to lose.
Once again.
It's going to do his damnedest. Moniette in position here. Just waiting a little bit more
Just cutting off the backup should be enough here for Munchkin. Oh, he hears a rotate and he calls for them to go to B.
See, this is good though by GenG again.
He's not ready for Mind Freak, but they actually miss each other. But Mind Freak, he could just be able to shut this down, depending on when he decides to swing out.
Okay, if I'm lucky at over
so
on
very
A.
limited, but now he's turning his sights away, so the spike can get planted. Monyet coming forward. Oh, what a shot from Munchkin! Looks for more. He gets the third. Mind Freak now the last one standing on this side of the map. He's gonna come up with 3.
What are we doing, GenG?
Something getting ready to join in, pushing his way in through market. Texture on his lonesome. Try to clutch it out. Swing onto the corner. He gets the headshot. They knew where Mind Freak was. Can he read where he is now? Push down and Texture has
What ranked round is that? Okay,
the
GenG.
clutch coming through. GenG now
go and
moving
win
up
then.
to double digits.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful
PRX
from
on a
GenG.
save.
You have an incredible call from your IGL who puts himself at risk to not only sell the fake, but you are still looking at the clock to say that we have time
Yes,
to
I
rotate.
see
If
Derek
hear
rapping
them
the
starting to
100
flood
Thieves
back
Classic.
to
I didn't
the A
notice
side,
at the
then a
time he had a
brilliant triple
snake
kill, and then Texture
snake
to
gun
clutch
buddy.
it on a bonus. This is
funny,
everything you could hope for. If GenG doesn't close this map out, I think these players have plenty to be upset about because this should pretty much spell the end of it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Munchkin just beautifully serving that one up. Once again, just slowing things down. But spotted now is Texture. Something able to find the headshot.
Losable.
Backs his way out. Meteor. Same time, however,
Winnable.
Mind Freak on that lurk forward out of B main.
You got Monyet pushed up with a stinger in A main.
Trying to push this. He does have a Bulldog and Meteor at 11 HP. Severely disadvantaged here. They're going to back away and miss each other there in the end, but Karen pushing up into bench.
Oh, GenG on new Oval. I mean, they can beat PRX with triple duels, surely.
GenG as Lakia sat outside of Gelato, and this time Monyet not going to be able to win the fight right around that ult orb.
Yeah, they should be able to go over to B. Meteor heard the exit from B main. You got the kill in mid as well, so you know that Forsaken was pretty pressured on the B side.
Great timing from Devi, swinging out right before that ping would come down. Catches Lakia completely off guard. Finds the punish, keeps things close as well as recovering a weapon.
Both got guns.
Charon, it'd be wise to just tuck in somewhere, make sure that you can cut off the backup, maybe get some info. They're a little scared because Meteor's so low.
30 seconds.
He's going to try to find this right now. Forsaken is not thinking about it. Karen finding the kill, leaving it out. Devi on its lonesome.
Cover going out.
Find a quick pick on the Meteor, would bring it into a 1v2. He still holds on to a Paranoia as well as 1 TP.
Yeah, but 3 members, they can watch
They
every
seem
single possible
pretty...
entrance. It doesn't matter if
So
the
he
line
tries
comes
to
if you're
smoke
not.
himself off to make it look like he's not going there.
Let's go for a shadow step here. I love that Munchkin enters that smoke right away. Doesn't want to take any risks.
The flash into the back, but now they're very well aware of his position. The swing out. Meteor does remain standing at the end of it. 11 HP and 11 round wins. GenG 2 away from taking their map pick of Ascent in dominant fashion.
And finally, an operator comes online for PRX, but it just might be too late. What GenG's been doing here
Yes,
is
I
really
think it might be too late.
down the possible compositional advantages that PRX is looking for. I mean, they have so many ways where they could really initiate this attrition of all that utility. and, and they just have, I mean, GenG just has the counters to it. Obviously, this composition, the classic composition on Ascent, it's good for a reason.
Texture up
They go
and
for a
over,
fast
diving his
PX
way
like just
in towards the
PRX
B-side,
stack
but no
4
one
on
there
it.
to greet him. For the snake bite, now the free entry coming through. Spike will get planted. And as Meteor plants this, that's also going to give him a lockdown.
Lockdown as well. They got nothing to answer for it.
The ultimates here for the side of PRX, that they're just 1 away from things that they could very well utilize and would love to have. To try
And
to
they
get this
wait
retake
as long
going,
as
but
they
now it's just
can.
going to be that tempo lockdown coming through.
They're going to go for him though.
They're going to have to try to rush, break this one down. The Dizzy is there. Knives coming back through though.
He got it, but...
Take out Monyet. They got the lockdown, but they've lost the war. Mind freaking something, last one standing. The off able to find one. The rush in, the right click. Texture takes him down, draws
I mean, they're just... Why are they so good?
GenG.
How is GenG this good?
Now at map point.
I mean, Texture pretty much asking how big's your mouse pad something, because you ain't flicking for this one.
Okay, Trace bringing it back against FPX. Told you that'd be a good game.
Not going to save you there.
We'll put that game on during the break.
I mean, sure, they face against each other in Group C, but one thing that really is keeping PRX scratching their head is you just haven't seen a Korean squad play for contact like this.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they just greed for these duels, and they're not backing away from it.
The confidence right now is just something that is so dangerous that PRX has to deal with, but breaking the confidence of GenG has proven to be incredibly difficult for every single team that has faced them thus far.
Oh, they push. Wow, they want to send a message. Try to take down this pit.
On the corner.
Again, they're just abusing the no sentinel.
The wall gets the full catchy and on a Forsaken. Another one in hand. Monyet will be able to find the kill. Showstopper at the ready, spotting Lakia dead. Monyet keeping in
That's a problem.
And also finding that spike. Texture, however, around the back. Regains his audio.
Texture literally just fine.
Only able to find the kill. 7 bullets remaining here. As Meteor, the covering fire out in mid, finds it. And it's a one tap to finish the match.
G bloody G.
13-5. GenG.
Holy.
Showing up to play.
GenG? Who's this team?
Confident win on your map pick when they faced off against each other in the groups.
I'll just quickly put on the other. I'm gonna go make my breakfast as well, but we'll just quickly put on this. What? Oh, for fuck's sake! I've got the stupid ad blocker thing. Hold on. And I guess I'll have to do it on this. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh dear. Hold on. I have to sign in. What did I want? On this.
但是协同 ，OK， 方 plus 的协同是做到了。那现在对于峰峰来说，他的位置是一个暗面，用正义先解决掉刘一手，但是本林有把明君带直架他，这一枪穿是穿到，但没有致死。阿阳在另外一边逮到了从2楼往下跳的峰峰。
PRX
那最后只剩福乐星1v3，他是一把鬼魅。
福乐星鬼魅在2楼，还给了一颗烟呢，没什么机会了。
是的。 其实比较好的选择，感觉
PRX won 13-11. It's now 11-6. What are they playing here? Little Yoru action with an Omen. They're playing Jet. Bleh.
差2个点，要么打一个，要么自己倒也是可以的。哎，福乐星过来，他还抽。
Intel Summer gifted 14 subs to get me to 1,000. The thing is, again, I consider this we're on 900 still.
成功拿下，方 plus 再追1分。
I still consider we're on 900, but thank you nonetheless. We're not going to Madrid. What do you mean we're going to Madrid? Why do people keep saying we're going to Madrid?
而且方 plus 把速度放慢的情况下，他们打控图的一个这个流畅度感觉更高了一些。
是的。暂停了。
Blue hair.
教练要好。
I'm going to fucking maulin you.
已经拿到11分。 要怎么样去打一些非常规的一些战术，或者部署新的战术，去拿到自己的第12分？
同样的，对于方 plus 来说，这个暂停肯定是需要去布置一些新的战术，就不能够说去以静制动的。
This is where I'm going.
不是小丑，是蓝色战神。
其实 Life 这把的夜路数据刚才看了一下，还是可以，
还可以。
对，但无奈啊，就 TE 其实。
XX32, thanks for the fire gifted as well.
就是因为他们在残局的胜率要更高。
Al Madrid. Al Madrid.
今天好几名选手 ，TE 的选手都拿到了几波很关键的残局。
3分嘛，就至少是3分的残局。
很恐怖，一个队伍里面有能兜的人。
I'm not going in full Wolves kit to a Wolves game.
6分等于是你3分我3分。
是啊。
That would be funny though.
11比6。
But I will go to a Wolves game and tell you how it is.
TE 的名句是给到了小开。 而方 plus 这边是给到的柏林的名局，幽影名局。
幽影其实它前期的作用就是把烟封完之后给一个物，它就可以拿名局在后面去架。
Tell you what, when Wolves get to play Real Madrid in the Champions League, I'll go.
这个2楼的位置的话，其实黑贝站的位置还是比较激进的。其实有时候炼狱我也喜欢这么站，因为它有空投烟幕和一个燃烧榴弹嘛，它可以去拖延。但是这一分对手 Alton 是有中医技能的。 你得小心。
听到花车巡游直接燃烧流
Flip that.
对。
就第一波
Oh, you sweet summer child.
的信息的。
那
The point is that'll
哪
never
关键的信息 ，Autumn 的玩焰火可能是在 B2 楼的。
暗眼直接推过来，小技能的协同配合，先把你往 B2 楼外清一下。但是 YOU 还在啊 ，YOU 是有在去架 B2 楼的。那 FunPlus 也很清楚这个 B 点，看了一下，至少2个人。小开是应该没漏动静的，要往 A 点转。
于是空下来了。 要等一下
，A 点关键是峰峰驻守的点位，他有玩焰火的。
对。
How did PRX get destroyed?
两边的雷丝
To be honest, if GenG,
峰峰在第一时间选择架下没有能够。
how would GE that bad?
但是有点没有办法找到人在哪，标了个点，选择炸一下小。
When they had Texture and Monyet.
小屋也没站人，买个保险吧。
买个保险。往2楼下。
I mean, Texture was okay last year, but he was nowhere near this good, right? Am I trolling? Am I just misremembering Texture? But
福乐星的位置是有点暗面的，但是留一手把福乐星给反秒了，缓解了正面的压力。YOU 打掉 Autumn 3v3，阿阳还有终极技能，阿阳甚至还在绕。 柏林的明狙看到小黑屋黑背直接被狙倒，而且柏林还可以去往后传。
I don't know why
偏了一波，但是对手的话应该是能够猜到的。
那这个感觉很难了呀，明狙枪管
太长了吧？他想干坏什么
？Could have knifed him. Could have knifed him.
心脏病要被吓出来了。
是的。
就你在第一时间不打我，我都突然间就已经摸出来了，然后你突然间的开枪。
But Karen as well is insane.
他没有干坏事儿。
但就是有点被搞到心态的回。
I guess what I can do now then is I can take off the sub goal for now because for now we don't know.
他玩焰火跟对手
But then again, still sub.
不是很赚，而且很关键的点是福乐星这个位置，
Yeah,
它
I
其
should
实
make
在一个
breakfast.
暗面，它是控制住了浴室的口子的，但是它倒了之后，等于是正面FunPlus成功施压了。
是。
Are we back? Oh no, that's not what I wanted.
11比7。 FunPlus 这一分有非常多的中技能，而且 T 的话是已经被打进了存钱局。要来吗？来了，找人。
直接开大来找。
这前几分的话 ，T 他们都是一直在主动控 B2 楼，B2 是完全放给你的哦。
对 ，B2 楼和 A 小是做了一个协同的推进。那留一手这个断后压力就很大了，对面其实人很多的。他这个压力确实有点大，而且今年如果掉枪了的话，可能会。 漂亮，小神位 pick， 然后后面。
I have to put chat like over across on the screen, otherwise chat's ahead of it.
踩雷飞剑压一下位置，
他得继续拖延时间。
他要把这个 B 大给控住。燃烧榴弹清死角，但其实这个燃烧榴弹清的位置 ，FunPlus 是没有站人的。时间在1分1秒的流逝。
我觉得 T 已经知道这一分是打不了了。
B2 楼想要往下跳，但是 Life 接了一个把福乐星给打掉了。 而且阿阳也精准找到了一个落地的YOU，再收一个峰峰倒地。那对于 T 来说，这波回防也是没什么说法了。小开对了2个，对3个也没有用啊。最后即便小开把人打完，但是时间是不足以他去拆除爆能器的。
但是好在是能够去重创一下他们的经济。
FunPlus 在连续拿分的情况下，他们的经济下一分应该还是能够起枪的。
能起。
就是这个雪球没办法进一步滚大。
对，掉的枪有点多，而且对手的话是一个1搜局。
这一分主要还是 Autumn 这个点位非常关键，他把 B 大卡住了，卡太久了。
对，所以导致2楼的队友想出的情况下 ，B 大的对手 TE 是没有办法去打一个协同的。
追到只剩3分了，现在 TE 其实压力会随着对手的追分变得越来越大。直接无敌超杀过来，先清一下前点，而且这个无敌超杀还可以回收回来。
是。
安了爆能器之后，他们甚至可以用这个无敌超杀来守爆能器。
刚刚离魂的话是到了 A2 楼，但是已经回去了，对手也是察觉到了。
踢这个回防要怎么打啊？小开看一下，他从浴室过来了，而正面Life 主动出击，先把福乐星给解决掉了。黑背闪非常快，而且绕后的峰峰正面遭遇到了柏林，在被惊喜翻腾弹起来的一瞬间，把峰峰给秒了。那就再来。 而且无敌超杀过来了，要咬能咬到吗？扑到了，YOU的位置好尴尬。即便没倒，但是会被拖延很久的时间。丢往里面走，知道没有人在拆除这个爆能器。对于 TE 来说，最好的选择要么把明狙先保下来吧，把明狙保下来。这个回防是不好打了，因为对面交了很多终极技能，留一手把魁父也展开了。
是，魁父和莎莎都交了。 这分只能保枪了。
哇，那对于 TE 来说，其实，在对手连续追分的压力情况下，他们甚至 有可能要把第2个暂停给叫出来。
得想一想，现在可以看到 FunPlus 他们也是一直在像不停的打 A 区，就像上半场的 TE 一样。因为这边的 FunPlus 也是察觉到，哎，感觉打 A 能拿分。
哎，是的，
拿分的概率还挺高。
而且明显感觉到这场比赛啊，就我们在赛前聊说，峰的雷兹其实一直以来拿到之后的数据情况是比较好的。但是这场比赛感觉没有这个数据层面上面来说没有发挥的很亮眼。
其实包括奥特也是，打的都会比较难受，因为对手的一些限制技能有点多。
是的，针对的很强。
是。
那现在 T1这一分是选择让福乐星在 A 小展开回复，他是有判官的。选手的临场调整是选择在 A 点展开回复，看一下还要去给 B2楼一些压力。奥特跳进来了，奥特直接穿烟把黑贝给绞掉了。这个燃烧榴弹并没有阻止奥特还要回去了。 好灵活的雷兹啊，34滴血，
这就是雷兹的机动性啊，他的惊喜翻腾。
甚至阿阳还过来把这个丢给吸回来。
前星已经拿了一个很大的优势了。但是要想想啊，这 A 小的话是有蝰蛇的魁父覆盖着，他们只能考虑来打 B 区。如果打 A 的话，可能有点窄能站的位置。
这也是为什么 FunPlus 在静音了之后。 T 没有选择去主动转点，A 点其实一把民居一个魁父，防守能力还是很强的。
是。
现在看一下，听到声音了，峰打的是一个假的，而惊喜翻腾先给出来，想要去阻止一下，技能给
站不了呀，
这个位置确实不太能站，而且柏林还把 YU 给秒了。 爆能器安置，现在对于 TE 2个人来说
又得保枪了。
福乐星还不好保，他是把判官，
主要是你去打也不
好打。FBX bringing it back。
我觉得可以保一下，因为他这个枪其实是一直是没有漏的，对手是不知道他起的是判官。
After eat my breakfast, I might walk a bit.
下来，但这种保枪对于 FunPlus 来说也知道你是把狙了。
对。
但这把判官怎么办？
这个判官如果没人找他，他也
Are we
只能
back
保
on
了。
this yet? Oh, we started Paper X. Hold on.
传过去了。传过去。
Oh. I muted the stream at the top.
Swinging quarters with the Vandals and finding the headshot instantly, so he does it once more here.
Still playing Triple Duelist.
This round, Mind Freak hanging back will take a bit of damage, but finds the elimination there on the Lakia. Now with Karon making his way over, I think he's going to have to take Lakia's gun because Shorty on the retake probably not going to be the best thing.
Yeah, good backup from Forsaken as well.
Why did GenG choose defense? I honestly have no idea. That can't be correct. It literally can't be correct to choose defense.
Want to try to keep that in play. And Divide hears that. He's ready for the quick kill onto Karon. That's 2-0 lead.
Score back on track.
That it is. This is where we saw the turnaround and the streak
What the fuck
beginning for
happened?
GenG. So Paper X, see if they're going to be able to clinch this conversion on the bonus round, or if GenG will be able to get themselves on the board. But really nice hot start there from something Mind Freak with fantastic anchor, just not allowing them to find any presence around this ramp.
Yeah, given the compositions.
I missed Descent. What happened? 13-5. Honestly, GenG.
I gotta imagine they have to.
I like the way that they kind of exploited Paper X's comp.
Bonus round conversion. You want to get as many on the attacking half as possible. Does it again. It starts with that.
He does it again.
I mean, this one could be pretty fast too.
Main, kill player over at screens.
Should have heard the footsteps.
Starting things off 2-0. Meteor just around the corner. Lakia swinging. They're going to try to double face here.
Just stuck on site.
That swing to come back through. It's going down. The rest of the team rotating over towards B, where Karon's still going to be sat. By just kind of dodging around that Trailblazer a bit.
There's no way it didn't see
him. Didn't see anything at all.
Wow.
No peripheral vision on the dog, I suppose. Forsaken, but that outlaw to use doesn't manage to find Karon. Texture up and half an hour will be able to trade one back. Mind Freak very quickly replies with a kill of his own.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game. It's an FPS
on the plane for now. Means
that
Meteor does
we going to
manage
Madrid?
At least one more.
Thank you, Jeffo. Who's we? No, none of us are going to Madrid.
Whatsoever. They convert the bonus and start off 3-0.
I'm a little shocked at how confident Divide was that the Trailblazers didn't see him. I mean, he just
if Paper X win this map, is this method? No.
Would be able to scout, especially around the toxic screen. I think that's more so what he was banking on. The fact that, of course, when you're right up against that toxic screen, your vision does get blurred a little bit already.
For Masters
and
London next year,
you know that the
or Champs London, I'll go. I mean, if it was in London, I'd obviously go.
Nah, it's Alex just saying, all right, good job, guys.
Yeah, he's like, this time I want to tell you, good job for once.
Keep this up. Just do more of what you're doing.
Champs London.
But yeah, I mean, first time out call that
I mean, the next champs, I would guess, would be in Europe.
They were,
and London is a decent show. Thing is, Worlds is in London, though.
Pump the brakes. So after dropping that bonus, we'll start talking about what the game plan is going to be. They're identifying so far. But it's also difficult because at the end of the day, these rounds are starting because something just swings a corner and headshots you.
Yeah, I mean, when you're already down one man, and I was almost going to say
early timeout from GenG.
That much more space after something goes into the site might bite them back, but it works out. GenG gets a little curious because they still don't have as much information either. Of course, they're also running a double duelist here, so not as much util that you're used to having, especially with the sky changes. I am curious if GenG might consider.
Could we get a Masters champs in Sydney, Australia?
Much, right? Don't try to build up to that too much economically, because
I think you could,
might
to
get
be
the
honest.
first kill, but when you've got the Raze Jet and the Euro,
If they were gonna do it, I think they'd do it for the first tournament of the year.
Easily, for the most part, Forsaken was able to deal with.
I don't think you'd get a champs in Australia, but I could see you getting like a Masters.
Being into a position where they suspect that side player was going to be posted up, more often than not, he was coming away with those eliminations. So it could be the game plan that they try to stray away from that.
Kind of autumn.
We'll have to just wait and see as things continue.
Autumn
to
Australia.
For now, full stack from GenG over on the A side, as they are very quickly going to learn that they have gambled wrong.
Wow, that's unfortunate, and PRX will just wait.
Hello?
To have somebody that needs
Hello?
hold point try to go for the spike plant.
No fun yet, finally volunteers. Saying Showstopper's pretty good, I guess I'll take that.
And knowing that they had the time as well. Now, I'm going to be curious if
11-10, FPX bringing it back.
Because it looks like that's the idea.
Come on, Trace, close it out.
The site. So PRX, perhaps the idea, not really necessarily going for kills, right? They just want to say, we want to snowball as much as possible. We want to keep the weapons we have. Don't necessarily hunt for kills. If they die to the spike, that's it.
Creeping up. Freak finding one, Charon. And off the back of that damage there, gets the nice headshot.
Yeah, you're going to want a double stack here. Something alone could be dangerous.
Monia checking all the way back over towards spawn. Heaven for the time being not being checked. As Lockett will fall, but Karen with another nice shot. Texture as well. Getting some solid damage here. Karen's going to be able to find 3. They clean him up. They can't stop the spike from going off. PRX, they will be able to get up to 4, but GenG doing some damage, recovering some weapons.
This is by far the absolute worst case scenario for PRX on that round. Sure, you're supposed to win the round. Yes, you can buy up to most of your weapons.
Before any of you say, like, oh, they could have won the round.
Those kills and the free weapon upgrades, that allows for the operator to still be a considered purchase.
Because they're just holding them, right?
That gives GenG a ray of hope.
Like, it's much easier to just hold this than it is actually push and take this space.
Potentially, I mean, Meteor not going to give them the opportunity to really swing in towards main. He's just going to try to greet them off the rib. Does have Lock here to try to back up, peel.
Who's next?
A bit, but with
the only reason PRX are there is because there's not enough time to defuse.
Paranoia as well, crashing in.
They're all
nice.
Is out of the portal, and he's
well, that's a much better Euro world than we saw yesterday.
Is the one, of course, the headshot Meteor at the same time.
Munchkin's ready for it.
Will make his way up into heaven. Will be able to take down the enemy jet, but now a 3v4. Such hard angles to try and clear. Divine holding ramp. Shuts down one. Karen just plus 40 into heaven, still managing to find the elimination there. Texture waiting on that flash, swings in, and Forsaken's going to be good for it.
Okay, PRX.
From the Yoru is PRX. Well,
why did they pick defense?
Going to be losing all their weapons this time around, and in fact, they pick up the operator themselves.
Yeah, you can imagine how you're going to counter the Yoru all you want, but once you hear that little whisper from the other dimension following you all into the site, things get a little chaotic. We even have the Paranoia there to assist as well. That just really sets up all 3 duelists for a great entry. And I was going to say, overall, this is actually one of the first matches where I felt that Devi had very little impact, but right there, holding that close angle, trying to get back into the swing of things himself.
Still a purchase coming through, but obviously the operator not in hand. Something just going to look to eat some of that damage. As the Trailblazer, nice timing, does get cleared out before it can spot him in this position. Flash coming in, Texture on the swing. Not ready for it, ends up getting taken down. Dominance continuing from PRX.
Now, GenG, they can't get too curious about this. I like that they're retaking control of ramp, but that's about all you get. You try to push in through the smoke. That spells trouble.
But look at this. I mean, because of the just lack of sound, they're drifting off. They're moving away from this A site.
I mean,
I don't blame them, because otherwise you're down to a 2-2 split, right? So I guess they're just saying, listen, worst case scenario, we go for a 45 retake. You do have the Cosmic Divide. We'll see what they have cooked up. So I don't blame
Again,
them,
if
but
I'm
you're
playing
right.
against
I mean,
this
they
comp,
go for the gamble because they don't hear
we've
the
got
audio
either 3+
anymore, and it's
people here,
once
or we have
again another
no
free
one.
site for
There's never
PRX.
just like
I mean,
1 or 2 people
they're
on
happy
site.
to fight, but
I don't know
they're just
why
saying,
you
okay,
would
well,
do
if
that.
we go in for free with no
Against
content,
a
we'll
triple
take that
duelist
as well.
The handoff to Montiette. Showstopper now online. It's GenG. And how far do you really push to try to get this retake going before you just have to call it off? Lockett does have a stinger, so he wouldn't mind sacrificing for the, chancer.
Also, play Cypher against this comp. Play Cypher. I beg you.
Don't find much of anything there, and oh man, gonna Cypher out of the sky with a shorty. Lockett will be able to find one. Karon now though, last man standing. Push onto the corner is gonna be good for the kill into something. He was down to no HP. Snappy as all hell though. Finds another kill, goes into the astral form, sends it the Cosmic Divide. Mind Freak sends out the Paranoia. He tries to swing the wall. TP's in behind him.
Wow.
Karon thinking he was up above.
How did he hear that?
I mean,
oh man.
The fact that, first of all, Karon thought he would have gone above, props to him. I mean, he threw his best shot he had.
Did he like figure out based off? Did he see him like that quick and knew he was TPing?
I've been seeing it, watching these
That's
games.
crazy if
I feel
so.
like we're getting right up close to peak Mind Freak once again. Reminiscent of the performances he had back at Masters Copenhagen, where he was helping carry so many impact rounds.
The picture because it destroys Cypher chips?
That's true.
Yeah, but Montiette still died for it. Something else still died for it.
Rent-free in my head, not just because I was the one that said it. He had his spikes, but I mean, right now, GenG looking like a very
Use
different
better
team.
setups,
PRX
dummy.
Thriving in this chaos.
Wow.
A second timeout called after 6 rounds played.
No, but what you do is you put your trips in mid.
Again, the closest that they got was when they
You
killed
put your
everybody.
trips in mid and you stack sides.
It was too far gone.
Right, you put your trips for the
Curious to see,
lurker.
because with, once you're down that one man, suddenly these retakes are looking tough. Forsaken just asking for a massage. He's like, I really want to be the super hard carry here. You got to loosen me up a little bit, but
And then you just stack the
they
sides.
don't really need it at this point. All of them performing well up to their own standards here on the second map, looking very comfortable and proving that this triple duelist wasn't just a gimmick.
Yeah, all
And
Killjoy
we
would be
talked
pretty
about this
good.
before coming into this match. I mean, sure, they might have cooked something up just because this tournament is relatively short.
Oh,
People aren't gonna have as much
FPX,
time to
it's
anti-strat.
close.
So yes,
Not
there's
this one.
merit to that. But hey, that's power to you. You know how to play the tournament. You know how to play the system. You might as well be ready for that victory.
And every other team with hopes of Madrid around the world likely going to be looking at this one. Only for PRX to do something completely different when they make it over to Spain. Montiette jumping forward, trying to see if he can get somebody out into the open. Just like something has now in mid. Lockett is jiggling on the corner.
It's this map is Joe.
No info,
Who won?
no
Did Trace win?
flashes. Your retake is now more difficult. You don't know if you want to stack
FPX wins
these.
these? Never mind.
So GenG, if you don't want to give up this round right away, I think you do have to play for contact. It's risky, but this is what you need.
I'll take it off for now before they start the third one.
Going down.
Okay, hold on. Winnable.
Surprise fight goes
No
the way of
13-0.
GenG. Munchkin texture. Putting their team here in the most winnable position that they've been in, and Munchkin reads it perfectly.
Well, Munchkin was not this good either last year, right?
Go to main.
Again, I'm not trolling, am I?
Fight at the ready. Full flash connecting onto him. He will just get sprayed down through the smoke as blast pack entry is attempted. Montiette does fall. Texture now swinging back over the ramp. Forsaken winning the fight. The mask going to be thrown on.
Oh, he should be able to get the
teleport.
plan.
He is
Gonna
1
be able to
HP.
Spot them both. Rotating around. And it looks like they think that he's just going to end up snapping back over towards A. Fakes the teleport. Now exits over here at B.
They call the bluff as much as they could.
Where does
but
he go?
It's Forsaken. He knows how this works. He sees their movement all the way to the end, even leaves that one extra seed of doubt. Spotting Karon
Going back
nearby.
into heaven.
Here's the gate crash.
He is going all the way back around. He does have that gate crash set up. No other util to play with. 40 HP.
When does he tap it, though? Surely this is a fake.
That's a problem.
Hold. They get it up to half. He's going to have to do something here soon. The fake TP coming in, but Karon's just stuck to it.
That's unfortunate. Just couldn't find the lineup onto the headshot. Meteor will clean up the kill as well. The setup was there. You know, you can't doubt the Master Yoru here.
How do PRX not have
Pacific,
eco?
but
What the
Karon
fuck?
just
They're up
sticking with it. Close to
6-0.
the wall as well, so good positioning with Meteor able to cover him. But this is where it starts. I mean, Munchkin with the call that we can't just keep getting shaken up back and forth after we lose one guy. We have to even out the numbers. And this is how they win a lot of these rounds, where they don't get the first kill, right? They've been very good at converting these.
Well, that's one step in the right direction here for GenG.
Get out of my way.
Again, it was, widely that attacker's side that we saw PRX getting the most value from the triple duelist, understandably. As last pack bouncing.
You hear it, Judge?
Out of that smoke.
Do you want to go?
Taken here. Bot comes in, Texture decides that that's his swing timing. Something swings up in towards heaven. Finds Locky with a right click. Texture looking for a little bit more, but Forsaken able to keep his teammate protected. It's whittled away at, but keeps them in with a man advantage.
Well, they have information on 2 of the members. I'm pretty sure they should have spotted the Jet up in heaven as well.
Karan waiting to see if anybody else comes swinging in, but Forsaken just playing right on the edge.
I mean, he knows that that.
There's the timing. He swings in. He will be able to find one. Then gets taken down.
They're going to wait for the lurk from Devi. They still have so much time.
Oh, there it is.
Ready for it. Now looking for the push forward. Something able to win out versus Meteor.
Oh, this has been a scrappy round.
Has the pit.
But does he commit it here?
A lot of just 1v1 fights.
So risky. Maybe if he wins the opening fight, there's something jiggle peeking. Not a weapon.
Now
ends
you
up
pit.
falling. Munchkin still though completely unaware of Mind Freak's position. Needs to just rely on his intuition, but now knows. Time is going to be dwindling. Smoke coming down. Swings out. Mind Freak right in the corner.
I think you used the pit there.
Kill.
When you're in that smoke, I think you definitely use the
GenG
pit.
to string anything together. 7-1. The half becomes worse and worse as time goes on for GenG.
Yeah, PRX.
Oh no!
If they can even just pick
Flippo!
up around here, which is looking very possible.
Thanks for the tier 1.
This one, a very quick kill and exit.
All roads lead me to
something on that
7-1.
one, and I want to give props to
It is inevitable. I said yesterday, if you were watching the EG2 game, G2 were up 7-0, and I said that EG will win this round, because, even though they were on Nico. It's inevitable. It always happens.
Impressive scoreline.
Yeah, the sub goal was kind of ruined.
Gets the full flash. He's going to be taken down by Texture with the nade. Angel's finding one now. Showstopper.
I have to wait for the refund.
Into the corner. Mind Freak TP is actually on the back end of the Showstopper going off.
Okay, GenG, winnable.
For now, getting drifted over towards that B site, rotating back around through the attacker spawn. Meteor, however, way out ahead, and he can hear these footsteps.
Oh yeah, notwithstanding the weapon situation, this is the best round GenG's looking at so far.
There's the one tap, the Guardian, putting him down. Doesn't want to continue to hold the angle, showing respect to the opponents that he's facing. He pulls back, also very well aware that that sewer lurk could come through from behind.
And the Seekers are going to give him sight of at least one.
Oh my, what a snappy shot. Finds one, looks for another. Hadn't got that on the Mind Freak. I might have lost my damn mind. Paranoia going to be sent out. Meteor pulling back.
7-2 is inevitable too.
Now it is just Devi and Mind Freak to try and see if they can somehow engineer this 2v5 retake. Otherwise, GenG, I mean...
Pretty sure you said you'd go to Madrid if you hit 1k subs. I mean, that's just false. I never said any such thing. Or even anything close. I mean, they should save this.
That's how they're able to overcome so many of these opponents, and Texture has the lineup. 2 more in B main as well, so even if they get through this race, it's a difficult one.
With the Sheriff, looking for the shot, this time not going to be able to find it.
Gravity well.
Grab well coming through, time dwindling, 12 seconds. Devi tapping the rope, and Karan just trying to slow them up. Devi able to find one, but he needs to get the plant down, taps it, fakes it. The round is already over. He's well aware of it. Won't be able to hold on to the weapon.
Nice from GenG.
Will come through.
Just basically off the back of Meteor, just hitting some shots.
Up to 2 rounds.
This is the thing though with PRX's comp. If you can stop that initial aggro, you're in a good spot. Right, if you can get that first kill like they did here on ramp and stall them out, you're in a very good situation.
Phases of this entire kickoff tournament to stay alive off of these thrifties, off of these 4v5s,
it's 9:07.
Things like that. And you wonder just what
do you mean, kid? Has it gone down?
Part of it. Just the shots he can make.
If it goes down by 100,
with these
let me know.
Guardians, things like that.
He's leading the charge right now. He and Mind Freak. Top in the board.
No, this is a best of... Yeah, this is... Sorry, yeah. First to 3. That's just a weird way of saying best of 5, but yeah. So yeah, they are on an eco.
Ends up getting punished for it. GenG look to get the 3. Pulling off the angle for a brief little moment. Meteor continuing to have his sights trained in towards mid. Devi swinging onto the corner. Will be able to find that follow-up headshot through the corner now.
Happened to the sub goal? Well, we technically reached it, but really I'm 100 short. Or 93 short.
Through the side, even if it's just the Sheriff's in hand. Protection arriving through vent will be able to take out Divide. That's the Spike now stranded. Mind Freak has no choice but to swing in and try to fight. He'll go down.
I'm not sure if this was necessarily called out in their comms, but Charon not peeking once more after activating the grab well, it just shows how much experience he's gained throughout this tournament as an entirely new rookie. Because obviously with the grab well activated, he saw that the Omen was still stuck in that area of effect. He could have gone for it,
to
but
be young and
dies
very
while
stupid.
is
He was born in
for that extra
2009 or 8. He was born in 08, 09.
So he just says,
Fucking
I won't give it
hell.
to you. I'll wait for more backup to come, and we'll swarm you for the last kill.
And we only have the timeout being called here from PRX. So, I mean, a bit of a moment to kind of talk about Charon a little bit more and maybe explain to those who don't know what a Royal Road is.
Ah, yes, because I guess for Charon, this is exactly that opportunity. It's when someone obviously just enters into that tournament for the very first time and they're able to go all the way to the very end, winning the title. And for Charon, it's not just this
First map was Ascent, and
tournament,
GenG kind of destroyed them.
Series of VCT.
Is that second game back on here?
Just everything in the entire professional Valorant ecosystem. This is going to be his first time playing at an official tournament during a regular season. And for him to win a title of Pacific Kings would be nothing short of miraculous.
Yep. It's on a good pace, and I mean, GenG, let's say they take the series. Right now, Charon making a damn good argument for MVP of this grand final. See what happens. So there's still plenty more Valorant to be played. PRX still out in the lead by 4 rounds. GenG
PRX troll?
That back as much as
To be honest, they just got outplayed on the first map. I thought GenG just played pretty well. And GenG, the thing is, it turns out GenG can shoot back. Like, that's kind of the crucial part. They're actually pretty good at shooting back, as I just kind of, as Lakia nicely demonstrated for me right there.
Get some nice trade damage back there on the Lakia, putting him down to 48, but kill is not found.
PRX, they have good position on the map, but they just have no idea how many more members might be near ramp in the site on A, so they are a little cautious. And
again, I don't love having one person on
needs to start the rotate over to A.
On site alone.
Back in. Ooh, somehow making it out of there with his life intact. Drop down from Monyan, rushing forward. Munchkin cannot find the spray.
Munchkin not helping my GenG can shoot back argument.
Bringing it now back into a 4v4. Rest of the team rotating over. Divide ready. The pit now going to be invested.
All 4 in the pit, though. I mean, this is a gamble if I've ever seen one.
Convict Divide. Not sure how much it's going to be realistically doing here for the side of GenG. We'll see how they often play around this one, but something spotted the gun barrel. We'll find the headshot there on a Meteor. Just continue to play around the back of sight. Lockdown finished off. Something coming up with yet another kill now. Updrafts here on top of the screen. Finds texture.
Something's destroyed. Has absolutely destroyed them.
One, finds 2. Something will get the 4th to put him down.
Also, Charon is just insane. Like,
timeout working.
I'm sure Plaid Chat will do a top 20 players. I might actually legit have to put him in.
It's where you feel okay with it, but 9 would make it very comfortable because then you just win that pistol. And with this composition, surely you just cook up a little, a couple more options for your pistol rounds. Make sure you secure the 2 free rounds on the half off the back of the pistol. And then try to get it. This 3rd kill is just not fair. Right at the end of the spray, he adjusted towards the bottom before he dashes out. But the updraft is smart. You know the Cosmic Divide is there. They're not going to hear it entirely clearly.
I'll handle this.
That's now on. Forsaken starting off this last round of the half very quickly. Rushing forward, judge in hand.
Again, it works pretty well. They get the Omen Flash, so their Yoru ults have been a lot better. I mean, that's just a nice round by PRX. Again, why are they having 2 people be on the site? I don't know why you would keep solo Astra ever, to be honest, on the site. Ooh. But somehow they've actually won this round.
A very long walkabout, playing on this alley side. Locking out, giving credence to his potential position. Starts checking in behind.
Yeah, you got to suspect it one way or the other. I'm fine with you refilling the pit, but you know where Devi's been playing in that match yesterday against T1. No, he loves those lurks. Now, 50 seconds. I mean, Devi could clear here, go back up to heaven. He's got all the options he needs.
Does, but he's going to be spotted. Checking right. Munchkin finds it. GenG will be able to finish the half with 4 rounds. Which is more than it was looking like it was going to be.
Yes. How do they decide who's on Plat Chat week to week?
Control.
No, I think the scoreline itself, both teams are
So I think that they have the regular people first, right? Say,
probably feeling a bit better going
we're going to do the show at this time. Regular people.
Both teams going to be eyeing that
can we do this time?
So precious pistol round,
and they say yes or no.
they can chain it in to the two
and then
wins that
if they're missing some amount of regulars, they will
to tie up the series
contact guests like myself. And then
it's great to see so many fans out here, not just for GenG, but of course the reigning champions Pacific as well. I mean, the fan base that they've created here in Korea after the impressive performances last year, including the finals at the Changchun Stadium, has been very, very amazing to see. But now they have to prove it once more, a new start in the 2024 season.
It's all about retaining that throne here for PRX. But yeah, I mean that, you know, just their history and camaraderie with PRX throughout the multiple internationals. That you know, they
map one GenG
together, which has basically been every international.
You missed my stream during the off season.
Yes.
Maybe next off season I'll stream
it's
more.
It's crazy to really think about the history that the two teams have created, and now we're already seeing a bit of a shake-up.
Mimi's a regular.
And maybe a little bit more of it as well, as PRX are already down one map, now trying to win their map choice of split. The pistol,
Me and C are the regular guests.
It's going to be a 3-2 split for PRX.
What would I stream?
No gate
I don't know.
crash just yet.
Whatever is about. Whatever is out and about.
PRX not being at an international feels like dad going out to get milk.
We'll leave it right there.
Kelly's just weeping about DRX.
Finish it, I guess. Well, of course, they did go for the sheriff. It's a fast
the
push
rush.
in.
The flash is good. Texture
the back.
First kill, but they didn't check on yet. They didn't
So
look
they
to
got
the
a trade.
left. You can take it down. Forsaken trying to hold here with that sheriff, but has the gate crash back across the opposite side of the map.
Two sheriffs. PRX are just looking to swing and win these duels.
Oh, nice shot by Devi. Still hate a Viper defense round.
Snappy with the first one. The swing out the back pillar.
Yeah.
Catching Devi.
Yeah. Ghost headshot still kills you. Yeah.
Forsaken. Low HP Bart.
Although.
Off the enemy Astra. Still more work to be done. It's down the stairs, but this is going to cost him a significant amount of time.
Yeah, he's just going to need to swing at the last second, get that kill. But it might just work out. Oh, no!
Okay, for a second, Rushkin could have got the headshot. It seemed like that would have been such a devastating loss, but PRX, they will maintain
Why is that not in your
dominance in these system rounds.
consideration?
Now 3-1.
Clutch.
They will get up to 9.
Monyet still has a statue in that corner, and you just don't suspect it in the pistol round. Especially after, you know, the guiding light hits.
Why is he not
no reaction,
looking
no
that
spray,
way?
Nothing else. GenG thought they had it all.
Am I trolling?
Kill stabilizes just enough. I
Is
was
that not-
afraid that we saw the double team of Devi.
Like, he has two
trying to
options.
go for the early peaks before Forsaken was able to arrive, but
And you-
bringing the numbers down just enough.
You just gave no consideration for
Double
the
outlaw.
second one.
They want to snowball as many rounds as they can, because listen, just one round here and then maybe another with all your ults online, and then you're close to the win.
I think one outlaw, easy enough to read. Do you expect that there's going to be 2?
I mean, it's such a commitment, too.
Forsaken looking for it. Shot whipping, but hey, he got 2 bullets.
Down mid.
Swings further out, finds Kara. And they still don't even know.
No, he
if
got on the
something has
rope,
one
but
on
that
the
doesn't
same
mean that
side
he.
where they're
I mean,
about
he
to
could
start
go back
heading.
up the rope.
The gate
He
crash
could
once
tap
against
the rope
Free
and come
side
back
as
this
well.
way.
It almost just feels like Forsaken
What?
gets some kind of armor when he tries to gate
Like,
crash out.
he has
Holy,
two
so good
options:
with it.
come this way or come this way.
Now, sets the shot, Devi pushing forward, able to find one, but runs out of bullets. Lakia is able to take him down. Need more damage from here, though. Let's start hurting PRX a little bit more.
I'm an actual
Now,
GenG fan.
loss in the spectrum
I'm
is
a
not gonna
Wolves
be,
fan
too devastating as
who
something.
doesn't mind GenG.
2 bullets, 2 kills.
I have nothing against
PRX
GenG.
get the double digits.
A lot of value off of this new weapon introduced here in 2024. And they can continue with it. Now, most people on GenG will have full armor.
Did he get his money back? I don't know yet. I think he's from America, so
things like marshals and sheriffs, but with the shots that these players are able to hit.
I guess we'll find out probably later.
As soon as he knows
We'll
that
find
there's
out during.
weapons
He's a
around, he's been
15-year-old, so
using
we'll
that
find
to
out during
really
the Sen
punish
game.
And just cut off a little bit of reinforcement. So GenG's gonna have to watch out for that.
So GenG, knowing that there's 2 outlaws, have to go for Guardian fulls and Bulldog fulls.
Something going to be going for the peak. Sends out one. It's a flash. Texture trying to chase in. Will get a good amount of damage through the wall, but now to swap over onto the shorty, but it decides to pull back as that Trailblazer does come through. Cordy once again drawn out the push into the Cloudburst. Something finds the kill. Drops down on the top, Divine with the covering fire there on the Singer. Takes down Texture. Lakia, however, arriving. Comes up with 2. Monyet, backside, Judge in hand, finding them all. Oh, a bit of a shot, but it doesn't matter because Mind Freak arrives, comes out from the screen.
Okay, GG.
PRX.
I don't know why GenG are playing fast against the Triple Jewelers comp as well.
I love it. I mean, you just don't expect that, right? Sure, you see the outlaw, you chase it down. It did seem like Meteor was somewhat wary of the shorty standing by, but then you're trying to chase the backups there from Divine, and then you think you cleared it all. Monyet still one more final boss behind the map. And now PRX so close, and this Outlaw's going to continue to find value, and they've been doing this. They did it on Sunset against GenG as well. They just keep rolling with it.
Yep. This time he's way out in front. Would be a hell of a shot to try to stop this one, but I mean, even covering fire there from something. So Monyet getting a piece. This Meteor will be taken down.
There you go, nice from Forsaken. But yeah, I mean, this is what I want to see every team do, to be honest. When you know the other team's on an eco, buy an Outlaw.
And the gate crash back as well. And it's things like this that'll really start to make you question your understanding of the economy. Because obviously some rounds you just can't help it, but how many of those rounds are you willing to make?
So we've seen a dominant map for GenG.
Of course, you might have your own
It's been a pretty dominant map for PRX.
Shotguns, things like that, but the moment you buy that half armor, it just feels bad. Got sight.
Yep. Saw enough of each other there, and Monyet wisely backing away, knows that it's a clean shot to the chest will take him down.
Imagine if he smoked and they TP'd in.
The weapon recovered. We'll see if Munchkin can deal any additional damage here. Working his way up, but as he stands up, it's right into the crosshair, and Forsaken will be able to find Karen trying to enter in from Garage. 12-4, PRX. Clearly not flustered whatsoever with the loss on Ascent, feeling right at home with this triple.
Okay, after this is Lotus, which could be interesting, I guess.
Obviously, some of
Something
these
goes with an
long-range
off as
duels
well.
really assisting the scoreline for Something and Forsaken. But they're also kind of the main ones that are creating a lot of these distractions. I mean, now and then it's a division between that Jet and the Raze, but once it comes to that defense, just one more round is all they need, and now it's an Operator. They want to close this out as soon as possible.
Extra jumping forward, gets himself past that Outlaw.
Toxin screen down.
Have the tempo to try to really rush in and take it down. They're also wary about that covering fire that could be there backing it up, but look at this line. Nebula coming in, all the timing, just barely off to try to go
how's he
find
not
the kill.
dead?
Splash still there. Ziggin gonna be taken out, but Mind Freak fighting one, Monyet getting the other. TP in the backside. Showstopper comes in.
Well, don't matter.
Just blowing Karen to smithereens. Finds the kill. Munchkin on the rope somehow winning out that fight, but he's now got to rotate all the way around to his spot.
GG.
He doesn't get the opportunity.
Maybe Triple Duelist is the way.
How
do I get this to live?
柏林要带着阿阳过来去摁脚，来，他先去求活，但这个血量太低了，活不下来。在另外一边，弗洛先想出来帮忙队友，但是自己也是直接被阿阳给架掉了。柏林站在一个非常靠前的位置 ，YU 的叶灵还没有能够笼罩到他，他是能够听到声音的状态，直接把 YU 给收掉了。最后只剩峰峰。 1v2，峰峰还要去尝试，峰峰的技能还是有的，踩雷飞剑、惊喜翻腾都有。还要惊喜翻腾，先跳一段进来，但是哎，给了一个背身的机会，有短炮。哦！但峰峰先去左边 pick 掉了留一手，1v1。
Go on, lad.
就3发子弹。
Go on, Fang F. Oh no！
选择直接径直往外拉，收掉了峰峰，利用短炮。 拿下了这个残局。
是的，在这种近距离的一个交火，短炮确实是比较有优势的。
我觉得峰峰就没想到，
根本没有想到会就是负骑士一把短炮。
我觉得一个是
Phantom or Vandal? I mean, for me, Phantom. I use both though.
3发子弹面对
I think you
跑打
should use
确实
both,
不好
bro.
接。
Depends on the map, the comp, the agent you're playing.
但你看峰峰这个拆分已经做得很
Situation.
精彩了。没有拿下来之后 ，TE 直接进入到。
Again, if you ask me in a vacuum, I would say that the part of me thinks that the Phantom probably like is probably slightly better. If you like grilled me on it.
存钱的情况下，先利用技能。
I feel like there's a thing though that people like if you got like a computer to play the game, it would pick the Phantom. But I feel that people get emotional when they hit a 140 and go, I'm never playing this gun again.
但对方 Plus 来说，其实他最好的选择应该是在 C 点吸完球之后转点。
就不要再
And I feel like the
C 环
Vandal is
浪
more
费太多的
satisfying.
时间。
对，主要是 C 点是一个拐角非常多的点位，对面存前锋会有很多，就有可能会有很多这种霰弹枪啊，或者短枪的一些爆发性比较高的冲锋枪。
是。
但是他们好像想要强行 rush C， 那 C 点这两个技能
开莎莎吧，莎莎开路了。
哦，那第一时间已经骗出来了，无敌超杀过来先找人的位置，能找到吗？好像找到了。而在另外一边，福乐星又是想出来帮队友的过程中已经倒地了，Life 直接过来把小开打掉，自己也是趟着踩雷飞剑的。爆能器应该是能够成功安置下来。主要这一分对于 T1来说，对面给了终极技能你就有点不太好守啊。
是。
就即便你的小技能很多。
这枪又很差，这个
Okay, good start
水
for
下的这个位置都出不去，加别说
FPX.
重生
I
点
mean,
了，
it's just
两
against
边是一个
Nico,
双
but
架。
回防得等一下，YY 的鬼好像已经扔过了。
what comp are they playing? They're playing a chamber. They're playing a gecko.
再来，
还在追你呢。
Still playing double.
这莎莎翻了一下，但问题不大，枪能解决问题。
是的，2比5的比分
啊。 就这一分，其实对于 FunPlus 来说，他们的思路很明确。他们因为有无敌超杀，他们打这个 C 点其实是有一个保障在的。而且你能明显感觉到 FunPlus 他进点的时候没有那么着急，可能就是有一些打的
Ultimate is pretty clean.
他会比较激进的去先让决斗位进点。但这样子的话
Again, these are like probably the second, third, fourth best teams in China. Well, obviously Wolves are number 1, then EDG are a clear second, so this is probably third, fourth.
不会给到对手太多的机会。同样的位置
Question for the mods. Here we go.
A 大是没有前压，而且有一个小小的换防 T1。
是，他们是把小开放到了 A 点。
是。
C 点让福乐星利用单向的烟去进行一个防守前压。
因为小开这一分的话有全面封锁。
I main your mother.
打猎的话，他是能够去
You have kind of owned in there, kid.
这巡游直接过来先找一下人的位置。哇
What？
这个是独木起来的一瞬间看到了吗？
或者是一个常规穿点。
是的。
常规穿烟。 YOU 倒了，那对于 T1来说有点尴尬呀，能获取信息的人并不是那么多，赶紧退。他们非常需要小开的这个终极技能帮助他们去守，而且小开终极技能拍下来的同时，峰尽可能要先完成一个击杀，让他充能好自己的晚宴。
但是刘一手他有终极技能，
Oh no, they can't. Wingman's plan.
来回复的，那这
No,
个
they have to
顺
plan.
序就会变得非常的难受。
Hello? I mean, he has to commit now.
被晋级番他给崩起来了，但是要知道。 这个魁父的位置是有一个边边可以站的，全面封锁并没有把人全部逼到了魁父外。那现在 Life 在点内看一下，两边都沿着魁父边在走，都出现了，想以毒制毒，但是被追倒了。
No, you don't.
擦肩而过了。
Life 好鬼啊！他通过这个枪火的火焰是找到了峰的位置。 1v3，现在潮水退去，面对小开的是一个很难的残局。
I mean, there's no time, but
已经不够了，
走吧，
可以保枪了。
1v2 挺难。
Maybe we thought he was running away.
能保下来就不错，还行。
So FPX got the round.
这个就是有时候其实你说 T 有什么失误吗？其实也没有，就这一分就是属于 YOU 站在了一个常规的点位，然后被一个常规的穿越。
Let me know when the PRX map starts.
这一枪确实没办法。然后刚刚 Life 的那一波灵性的混自己家的回复，我觉得也很灵性，刚好是跟对手一个错进错出，给到了 Life 打背身的机会。然后我会觉得，哎，兄弟你不是在那？
How about EDG not number 1?
是的。
Cause it's time! Oh! Wolverhampton!
这一分，雷兹的就峰的晚安焰火是好了的，他起了半甲，想做一波尝试，能抽一个吗？
If Wolves get to Madrid, I will watch every single one of their games with a full Wolverhampton Wanderers kit on. I might buy the esports jersey, to be fair.
他没有太多机会去开镜
啊，对，
还想能。
然后也想尝试一下
飞将接力啊，飞将接力赛，看看这一分 YOU 能不能狙掉一个。
都在抽状态啊，把 Berlin 和 Life 的状态抽的有点低。
哎，这个优爪效果应该还不错。
好像
没看，
就稍微拖延了一下，没有能够抓到人。这个过点 YOU 是把正义看到了，但是
Okay, looks like FPX kind of taking control.
很尴尬，只能接一个。小开直接过来了。
To be fair, this has been less troll than I remember from FPX. Like, everything looks quite normal. What's going on, FPX? Where's your trolling? Where's your troll stick?
这个小通道 A 小的通道真的很难受。
小开一个头两个大，太难受了。
宝枪，
快跑，快跑！
这有点难受了呀。T 现在已经陷入到了一个拿不了分的劣势。 就是每次让
I haven't followed Wolves Esports on Twitter.
他的那种感觉，他非常的轻松，就没有任何的限制。
Berlin's lost it. Yeah. Where's my trolling, Berlin?
下来吗 ？Berlin 过来找了已经。小开7发，如果是架强硬还是有机会的。
没有架住，9滴血。
我的。
Chinese guesses are pretty funny. Even though I got no idea what they're saying, we all can understand.
存款，想要强行起的话还是能起的。
对。再看一下这一波，就这一波是就纯前锋确实也没什么特别好的办法。
对。
而且 FunPlus 就是现在在对手纯前锋的情况下，他这个推进的一个层次感是做得很好的。一层一层。
Flame seems to not countering Solo Viper on Icebox on
从这个
defense.
技能就能看出来，他们的大招循环利用的非常的好。阿阳又有大了，
直接扑蛇吻了。那这4个人了呀，感觉挂了单向烟，给了蛇吻。
What's the counter?
然后
On defense?
是。而且一般
Wait, do you mean like who's on defense? Is Vipers on defense or the other teams on defense?
踩雷飞剑主要交了呀。
对。
就 A 点4个人。
Vipers on attack?
其实对于 TE 来说，就是4个人把。
I mean, obviously, they're only gonna have a wall on B a lot of the time, right? Anytime a wall isn't like, there's gonna be 2 styles of teams, right? There's gonna be ones that put the wall down for what site they're going to, in which case, use that as a pretty fucking massive clue. Or there's gonna be only the smokes on B, pretty much, and they're not gonna have smokes on A. Now, how do you counter that? Well, that's the thing, like, how many smokes do you need on A?
没必要，先退到一个安全的位置。但对于 FunPlus 来说，应该是想要去夹击 B 点的。
对 ，A 大抢下来的话可以夹 B 大。
独木直架，但是独木散的一瞬间 ，FunPlus 也是吃一些掌印质，直接往后撤了。
I mean, yeah, you just stole B site plant.
无敌莎莎来了，我觉得弗雷金要小心。
The thing is, if they put the wall on A at any point, going B should be very hard. Right, because you can obviously just then play from back snowman. That should be pretty tough for them to get out. Okay.
留一手要面对一个1打3的残局，而且帮他安下来，黑贝也是从后面拍马赶到。
Hold on. Hold. There you go.
A lot of other teams have been having trouble with that. Now with the Reyna, you basically have to send Monyet in on
Reyna Lotus
if you want to go into that site. But of course,
they
again,
are trolling.
lots of flashes, lots of projectiles.
I mean, they do have the double flash though.
The opponent's toxic screen.
Okay, looking for the creep across.
Which honestly might be better than Jet.
But
again, nice snake bite.
Finding 2 kills.
Nice snake bite. Open the door. Wow, what a nice round, Ivod. Texture didn't mega whip.
With the heal available, go ahead and just try to top them back up. So health will return up to 100. As for now, PRX not really leaving the spawn.
Yeah, a little scared, especially with that deep push from Texture. And, you know, if you're a fan of Texture, I think he can be forgiven for showing a human moment across 8 days. Still consider him a bit of a demigod at that point. PRX just cutting noise, trying to just make sure that they're not exposing themselves, trying to stay huddled, getting ready for these trades. Of course, with that PRX team capsule as well on that classic. See if we can find some more success with it here for Divai.
Unlucky, GenG.
Stay widely corralled together.
You guessed the site,
to come in.
and you guessed wrong.
It seems like PRX finally sufficiently happy.
That's quite a funny trip.
They are in the clear.
It's not as much utility for the retake, though, whereas PRX, they have everything to push out if they get an inkling of GenG approaching close.
Well, they slow things down right before they would have gotten into audio distance. Things coming down. Trailblazer in the presence of at least one note.
2 people there.
That all 3 players are going to be right around this corner. Flash comes in to try to slow things
Try
up.
and push him.
A ton of damage to the box. Now down to 4 HP. Fight holds close. Smoke blooms. Munchkin still able to find 1 now. Lockett going to be taken out, but a lot of this rests on Karen, who's now going to be revealed. The push up into the smoke.
Oh,
Munchkin
they never dealt with Munchkin?
himself to 4K. With 4 HP remaining, the fuse will come through.
That was
not
not great.
Closer to that
Maybe they could have been even more aggressive in pushing him. I don't know.
What
when they got to a 2v1 here, I think maybe
everything set up. They had the
push
trip,
him,
they
and
had
then
the
you've got the camera here.
Spot so you don't have someone who's sneakily trying to go for the defuse. It was good. It was meant to keep Karen at bay, but Munchkin is just able to push through the smoke at the right time, catch a sight up Forsaken at the last minute, and picks him off through the smokes, feeding off the energy of the crowd here at the S Factory in Seoul.
Oh, but look at this. PRX.
got the.
Oh, it's here.
Saw him going for
Outlaw?
yesterday
Okay.
with a lot of success, but now the force buy coming back in once more. GenG, have they accounted for this? Well, they certainly know about it now.
Oh, Forsaken, I think just.
Well.
Oh no, he hit a body shot.
He
He just hit someone with full shield.
Lakia just mowed him down on the entry. Spraying away, swapped over the weapon. Continuing to just pump bullets through that toxic screen. Line Freak tagged up.
Unlucky.
Here.
Guys, why do these teams ever force? Am I right? Look at it. They just trolled. They forced.
Shut down here is this force buy. It's Karon now saying, you know what? I like the Outlaw. I think I will use it.
I'll find a lot of value with it for sure.
What idiot would ever force?
Just a warning shot.
Swing in. Mind Freak gone. Texture still nearby. Spotting.
To be fair, if teams use the Outlaw correctly,
reload will come through. Let's back off.
forcing did get worse.
Just trying to draw him in as backup arise.
Okay,
Texture a little scared. He's a little trapped with only 10 HP.
See the cam reaction there. Wasn't anticipating that one, but I mean, that's just really a question of how much damage can he deal, but just the one kill.
Unlucky.
Is all it's going to be. It's GenG taking the first 2 rounds here on Lotus.
It's a good start, and I am curious. I mean, sure, going for a curveball on the force buy, it can work, but when you're going up against the likes of Viper, a Raze, a Killjoy, where you can just get so much chip damage done to you before you even reach the site.
That does look funny, though.
Surely
I think he was a bit
personally
ambitious
consider that
there,
in the future
Forsaken,
against
just
other
swinging
teams, or
out on
maybe
his
even
own.
if they face GenG once again. As this is a map that GenG has felt very confident on.
Well, there would be a
throughout
higher
this
seed in
entire
Madrid.
kickoff.
I assume we don't know anything about Madrid in terms. Well, we know it's a Swiss, but we don't know like how they're actually, planning on really doing it. I would assume for your first game that the first seeds will play a second seed team. I would think that would make probably most sense.
Already managed to push forward and take him down. Weapon is grabbed. Munchkin finding him, looking for more. Forsaken swapping back over to the Sheriff. Going to be good. Just pick up yet another kill here. Going to swiftly shut down.
One thing we know about Madrid is that you are going.
I know PRX has been on weaker weapons the past 2 rounds, but GenG's movement around the map have been very quick. The moment they get contact, they are able to shove PRX out of the other side of the map and just tighten the chokehold onto Lotus. I mean, they are not approaching these sites at all in these 2 rounds, and if that's the comms that we're going to continue
That's a sub goal. The sub goal kind of got ruined by that kid, to be honest.
2 points.
I technically achieved the sub goal, but I'm 100 subs short in reality.
It's a good pickup for the Killjoy as well, right? I mean, we've seen some of the pros talk about it. The turret, the nano swarm, everything, even the alarm bot assisting for those one-shot kills. GG's ready for this.
Oh, there you go.
Trying to rush in. Does mention catch Karon by surprise. Gets the kill on the Texture as well. Takes a dismiss back in towards Street. Mind Freak covering fire. Comes up with 2 more.
Sorry, I really had to sneeze. I was about to be like,
nice to see
they haven't seen him. I was both pogging and sneezing.
It's creating such a distraction.
They haven't seen him. Pog.
Against the smoke, here's the run forward. Instant headshot for Meteor, but
ooh.
Let's go now. Pull back. Wait for the reload.
What just happened? Something just got ahead of where they thought they could be, I guess. Although, even though he was the one that opened the door.
On the hunt, seeing what he can spot. So far, it's just the turret. Meteor managing to avoid getting
Does he win this?
Here.
Mind Freak is 1 shot.
Downstairs.
But
The double swing could be brutal for him. Spots 1. Oh, worked down at 12 HP. Snaps over, finds him, looks for the shot. Barely misses.
Imagine if he hit that.
4 bullets remaining in the Sheriff.
No time.
Time dwindling. Meteor, can he do the impossible? The tap onto the spike, trying to see if he gets any aggression out of Devi whatsoever. But Devi, stalwart, stays still, gets the kill. But good lord, so much damage dealt here, and he will barely survive.
How does he survive that?
That spike explosion.
Man, I was worried when he stood still for a second there, because Meteor's goal was clearly just
Texture
take
goes for
down
an all.
all the weapons, because we will continue to stride ahead. I'm real scared when Meteor got the first shot, but this is why you use Arena. If you're able to get those first kills, create that aggro, and then the rest of your team can follow up once again at a cross angle. And GenG, they'll have to keep note of that. You cannot hunt for something like the Reyna anymore.
Satchel out.
Still not in a fully comfortable spot. Plenty of half armor out here, but it's for their sake on PRX. No outlaw on the opposite side. So there are some very Pretty cool ultimates available for GenG. Lakia working his way downstairs. Spoke about the dissipate. Pulls
Why
back
something
around the
using the
corner.
default
Texture
skin?
being posted up on a very
Because
deep
he
angle.
wants to feel like a
Knowing
Reina
that this
Smurf in a pro
everybody
game.
stacked up at
Is
the
what
A
is
side
what
here
it
for
must be.
PRX.
A lot of damage onto Divide.
You must be addicted to that feeling of being a Reina Smurf.
Caron now sending out that paranoia. Massive connection, but something not caught by it. Managing to find the cover and kill. Now the neural theft infested. Meteor just hanging out backside. Slocky pulling off the angle. Red signal swinging in. Eye cleared out. Monyet coming up with one. Lakia pushing forward, but he's full blind. The classic from Monyet with that vulnerability as well. Going to allow to get the elimination and Texture.
I mean, PRX with this comp, I mean, you probably would want at least
try to find an exit frag,
6, I would have
needs to
thought.
hold on to this op.
You know, I was just thinking about it as Divide was trying to go for that ult over as well.
Going to Madrid in the Power Ranger costume? I'm not going to
Don't
Madrid.
really rely on their ultimates too much. You're not really looking at those ultimates to turn an entire round, on its head. Sure, neural theft does help a lot if you're able to get the first kill. But outside of that, and yes, the Reina with the Empress can go for some insane clutches, a lot of aggro, but again, not things you're building.
Why not? It's too late.
It's curious that they're using that on a map like Lotus where you can try to greed.
It's too late to organize something
on the
like that.
attack. Maybe just trying to say that we want to go up slowly up to the site, just like they did on A. Ignore that C site that has been difficult to break through against GenG's setup, and continue to.
If I went to Madrid, I wouldn't be able to
like
stream.
the Lear.
So you'd be the ones missing out.
PRX right back on the saddle here. Going to catch up as they've dealt a significant amount of damage here to the economy on the side of GenG. Operator obviously still held over from Texture, but the rest of the buy likely going to be some sheriffs, maybe. A force up on something like
That was
Michael.
GenG's snakebite, yes.
But very nicely taken. And okay, looks like a hero rifle in the hands of Meteor.
Yeah, do you want to support that operator at least one way or another?
They'll give you a stream booth? No.
Sure
I got invited to go to Berlin to stream.
You're just trying to save it.
I've heard nothing. I'm not
right now,
Eric.
Once again, PRX looking to just send it over towards A.
Yeah, the showstopper this time, it can be even quicker going in through tree.
I would assume they look if they ever do one in London, they probably would invite people like me and Sliggy. I'm gonna guess they have Spanish streamers there and stuff like that. I bet they'll invite like, all of the big Spanish streamers.
Work his way down rope. Creep in, spotted. Meteor actually tucking below the spray there of something. Avoids it, but eventually is sussed out.
Yeah, Mixwell will be there.
It's down to Caron to see if he can deal any additional damage here. And he can. Finds the headshot. Now in a 1v2. Fi gonna stop him before he can start heating up. PRX tie us up 3-3.
Caron once again proving though that he's not a guy that you can underestimate. I mean, that was really
also maybe they're just gonna do that less in general. I don't know. You may have heard that they laid off a bunch of people. Maybe that kind of stuff is kind of thing they cut out.
But obviously Caron, one of the brightest shining stars, as he has already reached the finals, going for that Royal Road here.
Go to Korea? That has even less chance of happening.
We're piecing together the true PRX one piece at a time. We've got the Reina, we've got the Odin.
Now they're very well aware of this. Want to try to back away. Take some safer positions outside of the A site.
They've got an ult.
That bite, Lear going to be cleared out. Just delaying the Trailblazer for a bit. Dive in should clear that close left side.
And with the Nanoswarm still here, that's been the real bane of it. The Poison Cloud into the Nanoswarm, and just one Snakebite still on hold. That's good enough. No one's biting that Shadow Step. There's still 2 members in the side of C, and PRX is not exactly aware of that.
Chatting in Spanish.
3 players here. You still have
isn't that
around Waterfall. Tap onto the door.
Isn't that timeout worthy?
Make him rotate maybe back over towards this B site, but for now it is going to be Caron who's looking to intercept all of this.
Did Mike just do that to get people timed out?
Forward. Monyet gets himself around a back rubble. Shots exchanged. Caron getting the worst of it. Now down so very low on HP. 2 health remaining for him as Mind Freak TP's in a drop.
Mind Freak's been hit.
Prowler not scouting him though. Says he swings out and he finds one. Caron somehow coming away with a headshot. Does manage to shut him down. Now the shift. PRX working their way over towards C. The Nanoswarms, the alarm bot still available.
Let's go on FPX
also going to be TPing over.
He just wants to buy time. It doesn't matter if he's low on health. The Nanoswarm should be enough to help him peek out just one more time.
12 seconds remaining. Spike still being brought forward into the site. Handed off now to Monette. Swing onto the corner in towards Waterfall. Something finding one, but Texture quick to reply, but there's the Odin spray. Texture will go down. Now it's all on Munchkin. Clears out the cam, but displacing this Odin is going to prove to be a pain in the rear for him. The jump up, Monette in a high ground position. And a little bit of damage there. I mean, Forsaken knocked down to 6 HP. This is still such a rough task for Munchkin.
Just gonna save probably.
Yeah, you have to save. I mean, maybe looking for that early kill and knowing that you might have gotten the tags. Maybe see if you can take down the op, bring it back. But outside of that, it's PRX finally gaining some momentum.
Do I watch snooker? Not really.
Gonna be taking the lead here. For the first time on Lotus. GenG just continuously getting knocked down time and time again when it comes to this economy.
How did they win 13-4? Well, GenG decided it would be a good decision to pick defense against the triple duelist comp. Why, I don't know. Then they decided
I won't say that rotation was necessarily very well calculated. But of course,
to
the push
not play against the comp at all. Like, they just played into it completely.
Him getting that kill onto Lakia really sells it all the way to the end. Forces GenG to have to come in. Karon saves it, because if he doesn't get the kill there, surely it just ends on the A site right away. But outside of that, it's PRX just saying immediately, okay, we still don't know exactly how many more have arrived just yet. We don't have anyone in the site to help with the pinch. That's the call to rotate over. And of course, you can see Coach Alex also not entirely happy, as it has been a close map here on GenG's pick.
My favorite chocolate.
Doing a lot of talking. Solo here doing some listening, allowing for the secondary coaches as well to get involved.
Yeah, and I want to give a good shout to HSK.
I'd say either Dairy Milk or a red quality streak.
Also, kind of from that era and squad alongside Solo and Termi from the old days. And now, after finishing his military service, a lot of the Korean pros were wondering if he will enter Valorant, if he'll enter as a pro, if he'll come back as a coach. He had a very brief stint as a player, and then a disastrous first year as a coach last year on the squad of DFM and VCT Pacific. And just building doubt amongst the entire global community. And he comes in and builds this squad, taking down PRX, taking the title of Korean Kings, and now looking to take it over for Pacific.
I don't know though. I feel like PRX will still win this game, to be honest. God knows what they'll cook up on Bind. I'm kind of excited to see that Bind, to be honest.
Not looking great.
So have they played Bind yet? PRX?
Not get clipped by anything as Meteor with that Marshall for shot can go wide. Swing out from Munchkin as well. Not finding.
They just keep taking these kind of like that fight there. Like, is that really what you want to be doing?
Is going to be noted over in Waterfall. Something wants to push the issue. Full flash into his face. Shorty claims the kill. Nice and easy setup as PRX way out in front here on the round.
Yeah, turning that corner with the Shorty, knowing that it's going to be shorter guns here for GenG.
Why have I seen so many Buckies in these games? Louder obsessed with the Bucky. We saw it yesterday.
Abuse that C site, knowing that they're going to have weaker weapons, weaker utility.
What's going on?
Plant that seed of doubt that the C site can always be struck.
Hello.
Whoa!
Well, that's a nice track.
That's why.
Nice one indeed. Lakia still in a really rough spot. Will not be able
Could
to
they play
hold
ISO
on.
on Bind? That would be kind of interesting, I guess.
Strong here. And plenty of cash is something is working out those legs. The squats are coming in.
Yeah, a little bit of a rumble from the crowd. Of course, you know, the Korean fans, no strangers to it, thanks to particular members of DRX. Won't name any names, but...
Maybe I'll stand up.
Nice to get a little bit of that
Will the real Slim
going.
Shady please stand up?
You can see just how tough it's been for both of these squads. I mean, PRX usually all just laughing and enjoying the game regardless of the scoreline, and right now they don't want to lose that title. They also, obviously, both teams looking to get the higher seed at Madrid as well.
Higher seed, but also championship points.
Oh, higher seed. He said higher seed. So I'm guessing there is seeding.
Will be Forsaken getting the worst.
If you said higher seed, there must be seeding.
Devi, of course, with the heals could just hop back up to 100. Tap on the orb, something checking close. Poison orb obfuscating as much as possible.
To be honest, yeah, you do want to avoid Fnatic game one.
They heard the Prowler in B as well.
I'm getting the reveal, but Meteor not spotted. Quick little jump peek. Checks down below. Nightfall crashing across. Trailblazer coming in from behind, though. Meteor noted. Taken down.
He's on site on his own? Why is our Sky on site? With the spike and no one else is. What?
Brings it down, option from something. Whipping a bit, he re-peeks, and Karen has to swing back. Showstopper in the ready. Is he ready for him to be close? Yes, he is. Texture taking him down, but now dead as the paint shells come flying through. Divide Force back. Him versus Karon. Both players having been so clutch for their team in the past. Karon will be able to get the kill. Had the HP advantage.
Why am I a ghost?
GenG
I can.
will stop this round win streak that we saw from PRX. Was 5 consecutively. They keep it close.
You know, I just thought maybe PRX
Karon is
would
very
try to
good.
sell this as much as possible, draw out that Nightfall, and rotate back over to B. They still had time. They still had Mind Freak on B, because again, this C site has just been a wall against their opponents for GenG, and they are pushing them into that C site. They're doing everything they can to force him out there.
Let's jump forward. Texture likely noted. Yep, has been spotted. Has to try to blast back his way out to safety. Does manage to do so. Avoiding all this forward aggression that we're seeing as the push it comes in and something.
How does he do it?
Continues to plus 4 towards these operators and find the kills. Locking flushed out.
I mean, this is classic PRX when they just feel like an unstoppable tidal wave that you can't. There's nothing you can do. A tidal wave is coming for you, and you have to go and run and save.
It's just unfair that PRX has this hidden card that they can use against
My
operators.
skincare routine: stand near a window that makes you look very white so that it washes out all issues.
Push forward, Judge able to find one. One yet needs to be the one to wide swing in to try to save them here. Still Dink is going to be found, but 20 HP and Karon off in Narnia. I think much else is going to be found here for GenG. PRX.
I like how Narnia has become the default. I mean, I use it as well.
Oh, they want this kill. I mean, he's not that
Maybe I'll
close
start
to
using
his ultimate.
Mordor or something.
Credits are running very dry. I mean, absolutely dry
Middle
for
Earth.
Karon. So PRX just trying to snowball whatever they can. That's the confidence they have. Now reaching that 6 on the scoreboard, they would like nothing more than to extend it at least to that 7.
Feels like they're trying to move.
A bit more comfortable going into the second pistol.
Is that because the game ended? Did China end?
Laser guided.
Yeah.
Oh no, it just moved.
Not much more to break down on that one.
It's 8-10. It's close. Hold on. Let me fix it. It's because when new games are about to start, it like pushes them. That becomes like a game that it tracks as well.
Another week by for GenG, and that's when PRX look to C-Site once again. I mean, they always start to try to shake things up. The problem is there's so much utility to try to get through before you sell the fake. But now they know it's a week by. You don't need to sell it. You can just commit to it.
Haven't spotted that.
So it's an eco for GenG.
Fishing for it. It looks like something. He says, "I'll just heal it back up.
Yeah.
Let's get a kill, and then I'll just you know, go ahead and use a Devour."
That sounds like a good counter to the Nano
Space on the side. Lock is spotted. There's the dismiss. Takes himself out to safety. Meteor finding 1, finding 2. Karon getting involved. Gets another. Now suddenly it's just Mind Freak and Forsaken. Mind Freak still rotating over. The cam goes in. Gets the. Tries to get the dart out. I believe he actually whipped. Comes up onto the box. Finding the 1 elimination. It's Mind Freak now put into a 1v1. Meteor swinging out. Down so low. 7 HP from him. Kind of toying around with Mind Freak, who's now going to drop down off the box.
Meteor so low. Mind Freak has to know this.
I mean, he knows exactly where he is. It only took 1 bullet. The fadeaway shot finally will find him. The damn close.
The jump shot.
Just not as reliably able to find the Thrifties here today. PRX counteracting them nicely.
I was going to just be blown out of my mind if they got that Thrifty once again, because this was a, again, very targeted execute onto the C site. And it's just a classic flood, even with the Nanoswarm, like you said, just fully confident that they can overpower him. But it wasn't as easy as PRX thought it would be.
Certainly not, but just given the bank, I mean, they've
been
been
attack-sided, yes.
For this half.
I think most maps that have 3 sites are going to be attack-sided anyway.
Other way to break this setup on C
Just in
site.
general.
No one's done it successfully so far in Pacific.
The Meteor in a far forward spot. Poison Orb does give it an opportunity to maybe rotate up on top of the site itself, back away, and get into a position where that lockdown could find value.
That's already both Guiding Lights gone, by the way, for PRX.
Just popping them off the rip. Now going to be relying on those Leers. Showstopper does come in. That's going to be.
He got 3.
She can Mind Freak. That last shot going off right before he gets taken down. Could be everything for them.
You just gotta hope that the Empress comes in big for something.
Lockdown still held to creep up. Clear out. Something swings the corner, but no, not going to come to play. Monyet now. Everything to do, and as he tries to get himself up onto the site, Munchkin nails the headshot. Last round of the half going the way of GenG, 7-5. Scoreline separating the teams.
And this is where the trouble is going to begin for PRX, because sure, when you're on the attack, you can throw all those blinds alongside the guiding light, the leers, the paint shells, everything to distract him. But on defense, yeah, you can do it.
And 9 Trace FBX, holy, what a game.
Initially, that retake is looking nigh impossible. And it's a great idea against the enemy Viper. Try to break through that toxic screen, even with the decay. Just kind of keep that disadvantage and go through it. But again, GenG, after a couple of rounds, surely, if that's the style that PRX brings, they read into it and they hold back. And PRX just won't have much to work with on the retakes.
20 more seconds to gather their thoughts as we get ready to swap sides and see how GenG is going to be faring on this attack now. PRX.
Been a long day.
This look a bit more like an international Lotus rather than a Pacific one.
Of watching Valorant.
It's true. Keeping it on the side that it should be. Pacific's always had these weird tendencies across a lot of the maps, quite frankly.
Can we just bench Monyet after this game? I don't think that's allowed. Not a long day yet.
Now they're going to be
it's already been what? It's already been 2 hours.
A big part of it you have to imagine is you push them out on one side.
Well, this has been a quick couple maps then.
So good with the Cypher,
this has only been 2 hours.
So
why were these fucking... The GenG game yesterday felt like it lasted forever.
There.
So far, I mean, the biggest achievement really here for PRX.
That was 2-0.
Has been just denying Texture from finding value.
Caution here.
Karen as well. Both of them down there at the bottom of the scoreboard for the side of GenG. We'll see if that changes now that they go to the attack, but with Texture not finding nearly as much value, PRX got to be feeling pretty cozy.
Or push out C.
Turrets destroyed.
Okay, turret noting 1. Meteor trying to break line of sight, makes it around the corner just in time. Now
literally just made it.
Yeah, should have caught sight of
remember that PRX classic.
He's going to continue to hold decently close here. Sheriff shot's not connecting yet as there's the jump forward, but Munchkin with the covering fire, hoping to find the elimination.
Wow, they dealt with that well. They destroyed the flash and turned the other one very quick.
Meantime, taking out Forsaken to take on the Divide. The full rotate around from the back might not be finding value here for PRX. Nade goes forward. Texture finds the enemy sky. It's going to be a flawless pistol round for GenG.
No, this is just for the circuit points and seeding of Madrid. And obviously being the champion of your league.
But it's a good call from GenG. They realize that PRX is just not stopping at anything, and they just say, hold, stop, turn around, just one person watch out for the peek out from whoever is anchoring on A. We will meet them right
here. Look at how quick
they
do with that.
Very different look of the Rubble fight, but a Rubble fight nonetheless.
Did they hold for Forsaken coming the other way as well?
Good shots from
good by GenG.
He's feeling that confidence once again. Back on top of the scoreboard as the IGL for GenG.
No force buy this time around. PRX just going to see if they can try to get a Thrifty done naturally. Just that Sheriff here in the hands of Divide. Once again, everybody overall on that C site.
You can just tell exactly the positions they're holding on the minimap as well. Just stacked on top of each other at close range. Yeah, at least get that ult orb. I like the timing of it. But that's all they'll get, quite frankly. Haven't been as successful as GenG on these Thrifties, so not going to hold my breath too much on this one.
You say that, I'm thinking about yesterday. On Ascent. Crazy one that they were able to close out, basically just classics. Forsaken will be able to find 1 kill, but Locky with the Guardian, putting it to good use, finding now 3, looking for the 4th. Mindfreak will take him down.
Go on then, Mindfreak!
More than that would have been a big cause for concern for GenG, but they'll hold on to the most expensive weapons, upgrade it to some Sheriffs as well, and tie things up at 7-7.
Yeah, considering the circumstances, you know,
okay, PRX, what do we got? What are we going to do? We're going to get aggressive on A. Like a big fight out towards A.
It's going to take a little bit. Wow.
Okay, Lockya.
You know, there's something about Lockya. He just hides his power until Texture needs a break. And then he just rises to the top. Has some impressive multi-kills on a lot of these maps.
Let's
Some good
see it.
acrobatics as well.
Mid going
It's
forward.
gonna be a big old fight.
C's coming out. It's Mind Freak. They're swinging out the door. Not yet, however, going to be able to find an opening kill. Texture going to be taken down. Locking as well. Found Heron on that swing. Able to get a connection. No HP bar on something. He'll back away.
Okay, not bad.
Doesn't have the healing.
3v2. Winnable still for
No charges
GenG.
either. Something's stuck at 20.
Bot coming back. Recalling my bot.
Not quite the situation PRX would like, where they're trying to absolutely win the round, turn things around. They don't really feel like they have a numbers advantage, so they'll stick 2 people together still. Forsaken
So
just
close.
watching B and C.
So close to tracking
They
him.
lead the spot. I mean,
That
this is
smoke.
risky.
Last player standing.
Divide will be able to find him now. It's all on
Divide
Meteor.
just destroys him.
1v3. Alarm bot going to be set up.
So they split up, but
Spike is in hand.
you know, he's hoping to get the
Wants to
spike down,
challenge for
but
a
it's
kill
still
first.
tough.
Exactly. He wants to dwindle the numbers down, and he knows, he should know something is low.
Well, push out. Okay, Device swinging in. Dead. Lear now going to be cleared out. Something.
Losable.
Okay, just chipped away at. Now we're looking for the double push. Can't even get the one somehow. Something dodging out those bullets. Keeps himself alive. Hopes the saves around here for PRX.
Something swings, you know, his swings have been just
Okay,
so
the
good.
money
whether
not
it's against
amazing.
Scos, whether it's
3
against
dice.
20 HP, and to be able to get that last kill. They're even running forward as the person who's supposed to be. Had a great dismiss amidst that chaos and rubble to keep the aggro going. And again, that's why you pick the Reyna. Now, we've seen it try time and time again, of course. As always, it gets shut down once you can't get that first kill. But in a team like PRX, it'll work.
Look at Devi though. Glass cannon.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no armor. Just the cash right now. The situation not looking good for them. They want to be able to have those full rifle in his hand, I suppose, instead of going for something like a bulldog. Texture wanting to grab that orb, but the camera is enough to dissuade.
Going for that no armor, just trying to get some extra damage, and I think they're really
He's on the
trying to
rotate.
feed something these
He's got
kills,
a
make sure that
deep
they can go
trip.
for the trades.
He's not really in a
But that
position
means
to
they're banking
play
a
off
lot
it.
on this round to try to win out the map.
Here.
Rotation's back over towards the safe site, already begun. Meteor pushed up just outside of B alongside this trap wire. Clears it now, so Monyet made aware. Just gonna go back away. Mind Freak trying to swing out, but Karon finding the headshot.
That's a bit ugly.
Shoots down the enemy omen. Paranoia now. Not gonna be in this retake attempt. Forsaken goes sliding down, gets himself situated over a drop. Pushing forward ahead of his own trap wire, up against the side of the cage, and as it drops, he tries to get that transfer. Nearly had
Is
it.
that a good choice?
Answer it back.
Probably not.
Them in the lead. Paranoia now going to be sent out, connecting on Amaniet as he pulls away. Something starts swinging in behind, open baby door, which now is going to be broken.
Still inside.
The Lear down, Munchkin still. Sights turned over towards where the spike is at, but it doesn't even matter.
Okay, GenG. This is going to be a save for PRX. Big for their eco.
GenG, I don't know if they calmed it ahead, if it's just built in to their protocols, whatever it might be. They did not all turn to shoot down the Lear. They knew exactly what each other's jobs were, and this is where this team starts to get scary. All of them have the ability to shoot back, pick up those kills on those trades. So as long as you're not all distracted by the same thing, you are usually going to win out on these fights. Very good post-plant setup from GenG.
Oh, what was the FPX score? What the
That'll draw the timeout, especially with that buy. PRX doubling down.
Oh, now they took that match. So they added one in and then they took it off. Hold on.
For the life of me, I mean, Munchkin just right in the line, standing right outside that door, trusting in Karen to be able to get the kill.
Yeah.
Ends up working out. 8-8. So, timeout called here from PRX. One apiece burned so far in the map. See more can be utilized. Alex wanting to just make sure that they're not letting this slip away from them. GenG.
I feel like all of Alex's timeouts are just stop trolling.
All the way up to that match point.
Wonder if GenG is going to suspect
FPX
default
won?
setup here and maybe try to go for something like a B push, because I would have
Unlucky,
imagined
I
that
guess.
one of the things PRX can try.
See, that's, I don't know why with the China games, it sometimes doesn't update.
Will be to try to really push out from one side, hold their defender spawn entry points with 2 people, and then go for the retake with something like the spy cam. We'll see if it comes to fruition.
Does
in
it
the
make
next spy
sense to have
round.
money out on
This one,
Sentinels?
just the singular outlaw.
I don't know.
And of course, outlaw on the other side to really abuse the econ situation as well.
Tuck behind the box. Haunt not going to get the reveal there on a
I mean, so GenG have basically just been sending it A every round.
Shots go flying. Extra low. Swaps over the classic. He's able to confirm the kill. Munchkin, however, finding one. Heron situated forward.
Player standing.
Trying to hold the line, but I mean...
Until PRX can win this fight, they're in trouble.
As GenG very swiftly dealing with what limited firepower PRX had.
You know, Munchkin's been hitting amazing shots.
You see that Alex called the timeout during T1 game and just said, "You fucking mouths, we're gonna rush it." Yeah, I did see that.
Knowing how these trades are set up, how the crossfires are set up, going for those pre-fires. That's how he's so.
That was the overtime one, wasn't it? That was to win the game.
That's how he gets.
I'm not surprised. Because they were overcooking their attack rounds.
By example.
I think I even said they should just send it to a site.
I mean,
because they kept going for these weird like heaven plays.
And it works.
Yet again, rushing forward, trying to get a catch. Let's get pinged by the Haunt.
Get the spike down.
Ultimately, there's no one there to find. Everybody from GenG.
Have they ever won an international best of 5? Do you count DRX as international?
Prowler goes and checks forward. Nothing going to be spotted.
GenG, nice change of pace though. They just come to C after just constantly going A.
Spotted. Clear out on the dart, and Wisely does back down. It's not a default plan. It's just off to the side, and now the
I mean, Viper's Pit, Fatal, Razult. They might use their own Razult. They will now.
You're gone, Heron. Trying to hold things close.
Observer.
With that dismiss.
Some funny observables.
Find him. Showstopper in. Texture fighting one.
You see his name bouncing up and down.
Gives this advantage over to PRX. Munchkin taken out. Pit now going to drop lock.
Wow, okay, nice retake from PRX.
Eliminated in PRX.
GenG should win that, really.
Will tie us up once more at 99. Just trying to stay inseparable.
Is my mic staticky?
I cannot imagine having to play against PRX in any capacity. Not that that's ever going to happen in my career, but
my mic
the
is
chaos that they bring, just the way they use the Odin, and you see this with a lot of teams that use the Odin often, is that
CN says no.
More than not, it's not even suppression fire to keep them
sometimes
kind of zoned in. It's just this distraction in the audio, really muffling everything up, just trying to make sure they don't know where to look.
Is it maybe because I'm far away?
The other tracers. And you just don't know where else you can move. You keep them pinned in, frozen.
I can bring the desk up a bit, but I can only bring the desk up so far because otherwise the wires from my PC will just come out.
Blast back to jump forward. Manya and Texture both racing over towards Rubble. Gonna be able to find one apiece, but now Texture doubling up. Finds himself another elimination, but get that kill. Texture.
My eyes. Man, Eagle pluck them out.
Believe my eyes. Something now.
And then that Texture with the ace. Oh.
Won't be able to get himself an ace. Munchkin, he will take that kill away. But good God, it feels like Texture just failed GenG at the start of a round that they had no right to win.
And that's the composition coming to play once again against PRX. I mean, if you're going to have the Reyna, ideally you want something like the Lear that can really help you push up against that toxic screen. But without that, Monyet. Oh no, not again. That's deja vu. Just give this man his ace, man.
Happened yesterday on Vine. It happens here today. Again, I mean, Texture is just, he just is a content mill. It's just GIF reactions.
Oh, and
Solo with a very rare smile.
He's very happy. It's got to be something that he's hearing in the comments, right? Reactions like that, knowing that your players are kind of feeling good, able to joke with each other, despite it being a very tight game, and knowing that your players had the right read in that last round to bounce back. I mean, Solo looked so nervous coming into kickoff, and I can't imagine, with the pedigree that you have as a player, people globally looking at you as a legend for Asian FPS. And then, I mean, quite frankly, tanking your stocks quite a bit as a coach when you first started over on D+. Now saying, I'll take one more shot, be the figurehead here, be the
Media keeps going for this outlaw when they're on an eco.
Really guide these players who are just
I dig it.
For one more chance to prove themselves, and he's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And now
something goes with a judge. I mean,
by a judge for something buying down to 850. Sure,
I mean, this is 10-9. Everyone on PRX is negative apart from Devi, who's +1.
Don't know if something's gonna account
so,
for that.
Showstopper at the ready from Monyet.
Maybe this game shouldn't even be that close.
Into a winnable position. We very well could see that pulled out. Try to turn the tides. Now GenG taking things very cautiously. Spamming boxes, checking corners.
And it's just going to be a stack. No early rubble fight. PRX just saying, this is the best shot we got. Again, you gotta take your chances when you're on these broken buys.
I think PRX need Jing. Whether they need Jing or not, they ain't getting him.
Spotted. As Meteor, he's
Got
pushing into
smokes
this
on
one, but he's
smokes.
got the outlaw.
Okay, now maybe losable.
Now he can open the door.
Snatches up the weapon. He's gonna look for it. Gets the shot.
Unfortunately, he changed to the worst gun.
Munchkin again with a nice headshot. At least trade this one back with the door getting opened once again. PRX reading a rotation.
PRX washed? PRX aren't washed. I'd say GenG have played a good game. I think PRX aren't playing... I mean, even yesterday, I didn't think they were playing...
Yeah, they don't spawn anyone B main either, so he's
I mean, their ascent was pretty good. But their split, like, even taking the comp out of it, their split yesterday wasn't perfect.
Munchkin somehow still in this fight.
You know, still made a lot of mistakes.
Back sight, Mindfreak getting clipped by that for now. HL's sent his way. Showstopper up close and personal.
Time, got a plan.
Taking them down, but yeah, time is ticking. Mindfreak swinging around, but now caught off guard. Texture comes in from the
just
side.
swings through. I mean, if Mindfreak...
The jump shot there from Divide, good for one.
If Mindfreak was ready for that, they just win the round.
Quickly
There's no time.
shuts it down. 11-9.
I don't know why you would be ready for that.
2 rounds away from moving up 2-1 in this series.
It's a Hail Mary from PRX, but one that was worthy just because of the timer. And Mindfreak had gotten just one kill up into that tree a bit earlier and really shut that down. Texture's just so fast with the reaction, peeking back out right at the 5-second mark. So Munchkin had a little bit more to share just to make sure they can close out this map.
Yes, the Monyet hate is crazy. Chill the fuck out.
Smoke down, aggressive push out of B. Just to clear the turret for now. You're back away, avoiding that aggression as Munchkin, the lone operative now.
Yeah, look at Yuppie Yedge. Maybe you could all use a little Yuppie Yedge in your life.
See what the rest of the team can report as far as the setup here on B. The smoke as well going to be coming out of Mindfreak. Both of those now on cooldown.
You just have the double tripwires right up close to the entrance here for Forsaken. It's a bit of a gamble, especially with the Raze who has a showstopper.
I spotted him. No movement here from the PRX camp. Not necessarily believing that this is going to be a stack.
Careful here.
Oh man, it was a double for the jump. I thought it was one above, one below, but you really want to take down the showstopper. Forsaken has the read that that's going to be the execute.
What the hell's that trick?
You know the ult's online.
And Munchkin dead. Something finding him. He tries to cut across to the rest of the team, and there it is. The trap wire coming through has the reveal, but the Haunt also finding Forsaken. He tries to backpedal, get himself out to safety. Rocket, it goes too deep. Kill not going to be found.
Seconds left.
Meteor dueling with something.
Finding one, trying to push back up. Take some space here on the
somehow we're in a 3v3.
Forsaken creeping back out from Waterfall, but angle watched. Karen finding it. Lakia trying to go for the plant, but just baits Divide forward. Finds the kill. Now, all on something. The heal rolling. They interrupt the plan. Passing it now over to Karen.
What?
Yeah. Looking to hold the corner. Swings back around. Puts him low.
Why did he give the spike to the Omen, who's already got their ult?
No leers. No dismisses.
When you've almost already planted it.
So the Haunt goes out. Something now revealing himself. Another smoke invested. He's looking for the cross. He's trying to get the headshot, but he cannot. Karen stands tall. 12-9. GenG now at map
Yeah,
point.
PRX just need to.
Lakia with the mind games.
Play as a
running
team.
across the screen one last time before being to make sure that something doesn't have the opportunity to disrupt the plant.
I mean, yeah, so the kills are what,
back-to-back
+3,
rounds
+8.
where it got dicey
So the
with
kills
the
are
timer.
+16 in
But
GenG's
GenG
favor.
keep their calm. I mean, PRX had some decent setups here. It's unfortunate that Forsaken, not able to get that initial kill.
Blow something up.
GenG, the 1 seed? Do I have to put GenG #1 in the power rank?
So few seconds left. Want to make sure that they can try to get it
Oh,
planted
fucking
down.
GenG.
PRX looking to fight fire with fire. Something finding one. Mindfreak getting texture. I mean, it's just a quintessential PRX round.
Okay, PRX fighting
Find
back.
ourselves in a 1v2.
Yeah, you still have all your setups for Cypher on the other site, so just stay doubled up. That's the game plan for PRX. Surely they'll just hold that rubble. Not sure if they'd be curious enough to push all the way through this toxic screen.
Munchkin wanting to go to B. Trap wire is there.
Problem is, the Cypher's alive.
Destroys it. Just going to be a plant here into the open. Does he get the read?
He's
This is
1
gonna be a
HP.
push from main. No bites to speak of.
That's tough.
Just way in the top B. Flush against the wall.
He's going to want to pop that.
Mindfreak's got 2 smokes.
Try to act like he might be hiding in the smoke as well. Just some extra distractions.
Smoke off spikes, smoke off something else.
Down. Here's one. Poison now coming down, and they're just holding for this one. The spray. It gets him off the defuse for a moment. As Mindfreak swings back out of the smoke, he's able to collect the kill. PRX hanging on by a thread. As they decide who wants to defuse it.
Yeah.
If there's any weapons they need to try to recover. PRX, they keep themselves in this game. 2 rounds to try to take us into overtime.
You just know it's a good match so far when we have back-to-back of these rounds where the double.
I feel like when you're against controllers, like in those spots, like you're against the Omen Cypher, you've got to play just very aggressive. You got to just hunt them essentially.
As Munchkin is distracted trying to fire.
Obviously, he didn't know where they were coming from, but
small things like that really make the difference between a clutch and just a standard 2v1 victory. Now the Odin for Lakia really trying to bully their way and punish PRX for pushing out aggressively.
Seekers at the ready here from Devi as well. Once again, I mean, they're looking to take the fight again over at A, but GenG saying, we didn't like how that went for us. So we're not going to try to challenge into it again.
But that's all of Rubble cleared. A main cleared. I mean, you could just leave one person holding here and you have the entire map figured out.
And you anti-strat loud to Scent Comp. What, me? Are you asking me to do it, or are you asking in general? In general, yes, of course.
Double push in towards
You're asking me?
PRX expecting that this is just going to be a pile into the site.
Oh, this is good from GenG.
I can't be
Before the 1 minute mark, they're going to reclaim some control. They heard the footsteps, it sounds like. Munchkin making that call immediately. No, they don't.
Prowler to check. Double push out, turn for the flash. Meteor. Himself safe for now. Now Monyet going to be taken down. Tuck into the corner. Meteor trying to survive, but cannot.
Okay, winnable.
Falling. That's that potential lockdown now taken away from them.
Going back to what worked at the start, just these A hits. They have a Viper's Pit.
Yeah, Devi gonna be looking
they got
to use
Seekers,
Seekers, but you're gonna have to give them the site for now, so it has to be used to.
The Seekers are all gonna come this way though, which kind of tells you there's no lurk. It's all coming into tree.
Oh,
this is tough, but Lakia's got this Odin. They found Munchkin.
Oh! The smoke finds Karen, and now spots him out. What is that retake?
Oh my God! I thought only Forsaken was close enough to follow up against the Seekers through the pit. But as soon as they go through the site, as soon as they figure out everyone's next to the door, they take the gamble, open it, hold the doubles right around the revolving door, and something just with the one taps, the dismiss end to the site to get them vision.
I mean, good God!
What?
And then just scouts that there's nothing more to be done.
I love Something's tech there of he's got 2 kills, so he dismisses into the guy and dismisses straight away again.
Wow.
Very much up in the air.
Funny.
As far as who could be.
Okay, GenG, timeout. Last round. What did they do?
My bad.
I mean, I
thought they still had one.
You know, PRX, yeah, I think they used it a little bit early on in the second half, but I mean, it's been tough from both sides. The real crazy part here is I think that had to have been off of the Seekers. Just kind of keeping track of that. Whatever it was, a one tap is just filthy from something, and it's what's gonna maybe give them this chance.
The PRX jerseys do look cool on the stage.
Now, lockdown still available on the side of GenG. They didn't have that ready to go as Meteor was taken out on the flank.
Is this map 1? No, we're on map 3 of 5.
To do again, cutting off the lurk nice and early. So I wonder if GenG,
hello DMV, this is definitely not chat. Could you anti-strat loud descent pretty please? It would be very interesting. Please, FNS left and we don't stand a chance. Who's we? You said you weren't. Who's we?
Looks like it will be it.
Because you're definitely not chat.
GenG.
So who's we?
And one that, you know, if you dump these many key ultimates into a round and end up going into overtime, could be a little bit tilty.
I'll find you.
Launch out for now, up over the top.
They expected a full A fight.
Spotted. Forsaken again. Just
that's an interesting camera.
Side solo with that Odin in hand.
I mean, you've got lockdown. Are they just going to go for a B hit? Ooh, risky.
Mindfreak, they're actually inching their way forward.
They're going to try and push it.
Not going to be caught by it. Ends up finding the kill. Lockdown now, getting ready to roll through. 1 more second remaining. They managed to back out. No one's going to be detained here.
5v4 though.
No. Smoothly, can they try to retake? Boombot not getting cleared. It's drifting, in fact. Over towards Texture. Finally manages to clear it out. Just trying to hold the door versus Monyet.
The buy gonna come and flash for him?
To try to help his comrade push through that position. flash goes in. It turns from it. No, Monyet still able to get taken down. Lakia now trying to survive, trying to backpedal, but Karat swings in from main. From the side itself, I should say, to find the kill. Finds himself another one. Mind freaking Devi. The last one standing. You know where this guy is at? Now it's all on the Sultan trying to get it done. He finds his second kill, but cannot get the third.
GenG.
13 to 11. GenG will narrowly close out their map pick of Lotus. They now move up to match point.
It's a good call after that timeout. In fact, just one step further, not going for the rush off the bat, but trying to
you get shot, you lose your rounds, you lose the game. It's
Topic up, thanks for the 50 bits.
You
get shot, you lose rounds, you lose the game. It's a PRX game.
Just the hard read that PRX is a team that will try to push out from this rather than lose the site. Because again, their composition and their playstyle just didn't cater for a retake onto that B site. It's a hard read from Munchkin, the IGL, and this time he's just one step ahead.
Stop with the Monyet hate. His problem wasn't confidence there. His problem was overconfidence of everything. He should have just got the one kill and chilled. Just hold this, wait for Forsaken to come, and then they can swing together. Because the guy, like Forsaken and
what a game! What a series!
Forsaken and Mindfreak weren't really ready yet either. They were still waiting for smokes to fade. So he just needed to chill after getting the first kill and just hold this, wait for Devi.
I'm seeing from them on their attacker side. Their defender side looked a little bit strange, and a lot of that is just like losing holding angles. Like Texture so many times with the operator
trying to game on
sitting there, and then something would just swing a corner and just take him out. And I mean the player, not just like randomness. Like it's like literally just walking corners and just smacking Texture out of the way. So that their attacker side looked good, but it's always the concern with PRX. Like their defender side is always a little bit shakier than their attacker side. And GenG is slightly better so far this year on their attacker side on Lotus than on their defender side. So it was just enough to get them.
Definitely. I think the Reyna probably threw them in for a little bit of a loop. They probably prepped to redo Lotus, and the Reyna kind of threw them for a loop. So their aggressive pushes, though, were constantly punished, just like Pipperthin was saying, when they switch sides.
It happened so many times. I think PRX had an idea of what they wanted to do, especially with the Reyna Sky combo coming in. Some of the retakes started to work out a little bit, but then at the same time, they wanted to kind of play off of Something's operator.
Boom,
so many rounds where he tried to make use of it.
Okay, I'll take a quick break.
Apart from a few successes, it's not very consistent, until he swapped back to the Vandal.
And
very nice retake into its tree, took down Lakia's Odin and everything. That just, kind of brought them to that almost overtime. But by the end of it, I mean, you could still see how sharp, my goodness, these GenG players are.
Well, it really felt like both teams had a good read on each other's operator positions. Like, neither side was having any success with the operator. So credit where credit's due. Both teams able to, in a short amount of time, kind of identify some weaknesses in their opponents, and that's why it's really so back and forth and why neither defender side was really able to get the ball rolling. And it's quite surprising that only 6 and 9 in the post plants is GenG, which means they're winning those scrappy duels in the PRX like scrum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're just like trying to duke it out sometimes, and a lot GenG is coming out ahead. The post plant's something to be desired here in terms of fixing that for GenG, but like the fact that they're able to go toe to toe with PRX like this in these just intense chaotic battles, you know, the blink and you miss it rounds, is super impressive.
I think that is going to be very indicative, actually, for the rest of the year. Even with kickoffs over, we still have our two splits. And GenG, the way they are dueling against PRX right now, the firepower is, I would arguably equivalent here.
It actually does feel really pretty much equivalent, if not slightly higher, actually.
Yeah, they're winning. Today, they're winning these duels.
Really, that's the wildest thing. I remember like round 20 off of Alex's timeout. Still, somehow, even with the retake ideas coming through, some of the swings that PRX wanted to throw at GenG, players like Munchkin, the MVP for this series, was able to hold his own against PRX. Like they would swing out really wide, really confidently, trying to get the duel up against them. But the reaction time coming out for some of these GenG players, they were able to take them down, and it just feels as though, PRX needs something extra this time, and that's crazy.
It's hard to think about.
It is. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I'm already thinking of Bind, and Bind was the 4th map of Champions, too, and we're like, oh, yeah, PRX wins Bind, but then you look at GenG, and it's very much, actually in this order, it was Lotus and Bind, and I don't know how this is going to go. You might be right with your predictions today,
Yay. I did it.
Look,
all I know is no matter what happens today, I'm beating Achilleos in the predictions.
You already won.
So I've already won. This season is over. Like, I've done it. Like, I'm already, like, popping the champagne. Like, we're good to go. No. I mean, like, I just think, like, what you're seeing here from GenG is right now they're just more of a complete package. You're still seeing Monyet really struggle on some of these maps on the Rays. I mean, 11 and 21 is really painful on a team that used to rely so much on excellent Rays play to really break open sites, to break open fights, to hit opponents in timings and flanks where they're not expecting it.
Think about that 1 HP clutch. I don't want to draw too many comparisons, but that's one of those plays that lives in your mind. You know, GenG coming up with a 1 HP clutch against EG or whatnot. But in this one, I mean, Monyet is kind of used differently. He has this different style of movement with the double blast packs, and he's kind of going in as a distraction, and then the rest of the team has to follow up, but sometimes that impact is not quite felt. There are times where Monyet is not quite able to hold a site by himself, but even if he dies, he gets information for the rest of the team to respond quickly. So when it comes down to it, drawing the comparisons now between two key players, it's Mindfreak and Munchkin, who Munchkin stepped up on this map. I mean, the Viper Spit timings, the way that he positions himself, and Mindfreak, although he definitely tries in some of these like clutch situations, it's not the most successful. It's a different map.
We haven't seen him be what we're kind of used to with Mindfreak in some ways, and he's usually a pretty good big game player. Like he's a guy who steps up multiple times. Like the casters were talking about earlier at Copenhagen, you know, he was one of those players where everybody was like, "Whoa, this guy's amazing." You know, he's up and down sometimes, but he's been generally pretty consistent. I think this is more of a team thing right now. I feel like the cohesion's not quite there. Like the PRX style just doesn't seem to quite be where it used to be in terms of that speed and that tenacity. Like you see it occasionally, round to round, but overall, like teams are able to handle it, and GenG in particular seems really good at anticipating the pressure. Munchkin's really good on First Bloods again. He's like 3 and 2 on this map, so he's still able to like kind of do his thing. The last thing I want to say is like in terms of other controllers is Karon, who was so good at like covering angles, holding flank angles, making sure that his teammates were covered. There's that one time at Baby Door where I'm just like watching Munchkin, and he's not even watching. Like he knows there's a player coming. Like there was util coming, and Karon's holding the other angle after winning a fight in tree, so he's really aware.
He knows he can trust in his teammate. That's the thing, you know. Karon is able to find so many of these impactful frags, and the feeling is just security. And I think that one of the things is that also PRX is now, they're so used to just kind of like aim dueling and really getting these confident big swings against their opponents. Very overwhelming stuff, especially with some of the chaotic utility that they throw into the game. But on a map like Lotus, especially a site like A site, for example, with the changes coming in, you know, you gotta really think about your routes. Tree is now like blocked off so much, and it's very difficult for some of these PRX players to come in with these big swings and big plays.
Now we're going to recap a little bit what's happened so far. We are going deep into the series, and I really think we're going to see Breeze again between these two teams, which I'm very excited for. And I think you guys make a really good point. Earlier we were talking a bit about our predictions and GenG. I've said this a couple of times. While I really believe in them as much as Paper Thin does, I thought they would have needed more time to really pull together and see, you know, their top form. But maybe it's actually PRX. They have amazing creative plays. You can see them cooking constantly with their ideas, with their team comms, but maybe you guys are right. Maybe they need actually more time to adjust to this new style with Monyet.
You know what was in my head just?
GenG is one of a
Bastille.
kind. Yes. There is no other GenG in this world.
Does it almost feel like nothing changed at
A lot of their
all?
plays in the past was circled around GenG's
A Bastille
particular
known
play
worldwide?
style, so they just need to
A
figure
Bastille
it out
big
again.
man.
But that said, they are not a pushover.
No, absolutely not. Like, if you think PRX is out of this, you are wrong. Like, there is no way in hell that I think they're just going to go out with a
Where Bastille from?
I would expect them. We have no idea what they're going to play. Like, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is I
mean, that's
foresee
shit,
a whole
but
bunch of futures on this bind map, and I don't think I'm going to be right about any of them. Like, I could see something like your Reyna here, things like that could come through for them. I don't think GenG is going to change a damn thing. Like, there's no way. They haven't shown that they're willing to adapt. You know, we saw
look, Bastille. Look, if you're a Bastille fan,
GenG's going to run with
they're one of those bands, you know, that's like
what the heck is PRX going to do? Nobody knows. GenG doesn't know.
You know.
Only Coach Alex knows. Like, he's the only one.
They have their style.
You can literally do a roulette.
It's kind of like, you know, like...
and then that's like
throw out a dart for it.
It's like Oasis. They're shit, but it's good. You know?
Honestly, and we would be like,
or a lot of pop punk. Right? A lot of pop punk is shit, but it's good.
I think this is a map for ISO. I think if there's ever a time
I would put Bastille in that category.
ISO, I think it's a really good opportunity. I've seen some teams do this on Bind where they really isolate like the Sky player over at the long B side, and you can really punish them with some of the deadlock utility, particularly the ultimate, when you can just take them out of the route, and that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, like Imagine Dragons.
Side, get the plant down and utilize the natural advantages you have as an attacker.
I think GenG wins this. I mean,
do you think ISO would need to be paired up with another duelist,
I don't know.
though? Or do
Probably.
You think like
well, it's PRX, so they will, but...
That's very true.
How are yours?
Let's talk about the
I'm
first
good.
and the second map. The second map
I'm a bit tired. Today's going to be a long day.
Was very dominant by PRX.
What could be better than watching Valorant all day?
What they're going to do with their comp now, but judging by how these first 3 maps have played out.
Judging by how the first 3 maps played out, I mean, first of all, you got to talk about Ascent and how much GenG adjusted.
Why isn't everyone playing Deadlock? It has a 100% win rate. VCB true.
Still doing Karen things. But then that support coming in from a player like Munchkin, for example, the flash and dash that Texture pulls off is all thanks to Munchkin.
Yeah, GenG getting 3 points would make it interesting because again, like it's just such a massive swing. As I was kind of pointing out before, like
started out on defense. I think that was one of the things that carried them over at the edge.
Because obviously the winners of Masters Madrid get 3 points, but the likelihood is, of course, that they're not from your region. Right? They could obviously it's going to be from someone's region, but it's not likely to be from your region. There's more chance of it not being. For every region, there's more chance of it not being from their region than it is for their region, probably.
On defense. We saw a bit of that on Lotus as well. Split was just a bit different because PRX does PRX.
So with that in mind, like getting this 3 points is big. And again, the playoffs for stage 2, so the playoffs for champs qualification is based off points. So that means that GenG could like shit. If GenG win this, they could shit the bed in stage 2, but still, it almost guarantees you make playoffs, to be honest, in stage 2. Winning this, like you're almost in straight away. You need to win like a couple games probably. Well, because there's 10 games, finishing 6th probably is what, like 5 points, 6 points? You're already up, so you need to win what, 3 regular season games?
And then all of a sudden, all the momentum was gone for DRX. All their mentality seemed to just kind of leave them. Mako started kind of,
you know what I mean?
Visibly having a hard time.
Could DRX not make any international events? I mean, by the time that we get to champs,
you know, GenG has shown again.
And there's 4 teams going.
My biggest takeaway from them so far.
I feel like in champs, I feel like.
You know what's fascinating to me is this is a team with players who
they'll be in the top 4, surely.
Maybe being tiltable. But it hasn't shown so far.
Right? I mean, then again, I mean, T1 are probably as good, if not better than
well, he's the one I'm talking about. He's a little bit.
But I think that this game has proved that GenG on. Like, I saw a lot of yesterday, like people saying, oh, T1 so unlucky, they would have definitely beat DRX or GenG. But then you look at that, you look at this game, and I think now you probably think,
really important. The support
I don't know.
For each other.
I don't know if the T1 would have beat GenG.
Tiltable player like Texture, when you have a support, like a team that's supporting you like this, maybe that's the missing piece.
Because I think what people didn't really maybe take into consideration was GenG only lost to PRX.
I was calling for it. Like sometimes I don't know.
They might have beat DRX, but
some of our Viper players in Pacific this year, where they're just
they couldn't play DRX.
Use their Viper's pit, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on. If they're just forgetting about it, if it's just so intense.
Like as soon as GenG qualified, T1 couldn't play DRX.
Like but all right, here we go.
It's Yoru.
Okay.
There's no ISO.
Yoru
it's actually fairly. It's weird to say that. Oh, Yoru Gecko.
Yeah,
oh, that's normal.
Does, but it's not quite the same. It's so
well,
like obviously the raise.
Now.
Yeah, exactly.
True. So second duelist in the form of Monyet. Forsaken is Yoru, a little bit different from Buzz Zero perhaps. But then again, you gotta look
GenG
at
keep
that,
up for the regular season? I don't know.
Buy on the fade and something on the
How am I meant to know that?
again.
No Viper?
This is so funny.
To be fair, they haven't played Viper for a while on PRX. They even last year they were playing Brim Harbor, which I actually thought kind of slapped in a way, but
they're just like, I I don't want to use Sentinel.
I mean, they're the team that makes the most.
I would play Viper.
Like, it's like they don't really play like they need one anyway, so whatever.
All right, we are gonna go into our fourth map, Bind, and we know this is gonna be a hot one. Let's go back to our casters, Achilleos and William.
Thank you very much. Here we go. Bind for map number 4. We'll load up and see if PRX can rally back on yet another one of our map picks.
I'm gonna walk this map. I'm gonna walk this map.
If this is going to be GenG walking away with a 3-1
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna slow walk this map. I'm not increasing the speed at all. Hear me now. Don't redeem the go faster. I'm not doing it.
On this Bind is onto that PRX having just one controller. This is something that a lot of us talked about being such a weakness of the composition that Global Esports brought out at the very beginning of this tournament, saying, how are you going to play this map
it's a
with
Sunday
a singular
morning.
Controller of Brimstone? PRX says, well, we
Music
have our own
like
ideas
Sunday
this time,
morning.
Alongside Texture. Feels like the triple initiator alongside the Rays. Now just be a huge fight here for Showers control.
Texture. We'll find two.
Going on a leisurely stroll.
Let's take down the enemy Rays. DP's now coming in around the back. Meteor holding in that cyber cage. Able to find one. Toggles over onto the cam. Dart going through. Sweeps back out. Divine now dropped.
I need to push it forward.
Last one standing. Put some damage into Munchkins. Princess sights back over to Shout.
Okay, GenG win.
Re-aggro swings. Takes him down. GenG. Get the first pistol here on Bind.
And it starts to feel like the fans feel that they're close, that we're close to bringing that title back to Korea. But PRX, they're no strangers to this. Had to play in front of a massive crowd last year against TRX at the Junction Stadium for the Pacific Finals, and they overcame it.
They reverse swept that.
Yeah. Nice! But of course, Texture feeling it too.
Kill them.
They're one step away. Now just a sheriff for Vi. Hasn't had as much of a blow-up performance as we're used to seeing from him.
Okay.
Oh, on yet.
Greedy Orb.
Wanting to get this.
Jesse. Enjoy your little Sunday morning walk.
Taps Forsaken.
Thank you, Coffee Cup.
The door is open. Good lord.
We go for an FPX buy.
Here for the orb, will be able to get lock, yeah. Nice reply.
I mean, ideally, they need to come all the way across the map and get this gun.
On a bit of a push.
These two need to come back across.
Very well back. Spots one, takes him down.
I'm not sure they will.
He's gonna re-swing aggressively.
Okay, now they're just in genuine trouble of losing the round because they've got 2 ghosts.
Can be recovered. Site taken. Texture not looking to try to guard things.
I mean, they'll probably be fine.
Yeah,
but
considering that only
this is losable.
3 people buying up from GenG, this could actually be a bit of trouble and a lot more damage that PRX could do. Now, of course, that does mean GenG can also buy up to match in the next round. But right now, Mindfreak has a good opportunity alongside something.
Launching smoke.
On the trap wire, something still making his way over. For the setup, Texture.
Okay, now
take those hopes and dreams away.
And they'll also probably get to pick up the guns again because both players
grab that bulldog.
Came with the guns.
Here at the end of the round is something hearing. Toggle on the camera. It's a trigger there, and Meteor just swings out behind the box. Catching him in the back. GenG.
Okay, no, they'll only get 1.
Players, but widely, you know, some of the weapons recovered here. It's 2-0 start for them on Bind.
Yeah, great start. And a good read, too, that it could be the split just to try to take away more weapons. You know, having that Cypher utility set up across all the different ways that they could get taken out here on the retake. Wow. Good. Yeah, just keeping calm. They know they're close. Don't want to overheat just yet on the 4th map. They haven't won.
Did the other turning game start? Hold on, let me see if...
Neural Theft nearly online already. Meteor just 1 charge off of that. It's Forsaken getting darted.
Yeah, it did. Okay. Let me...
Staying tucked for the time being.
Yeah, we're seeing this a lot with the teams that are experimenting with the Yoru that, again, with the Sky gone, you're not able to just constantly cycle through utility to check B long. You have to kind of invest 2 people there alongside the flashes. Now they've been pushed back.
What? Okay, Meteor. Neural Theft now online. Makeup goes rushing forward. Forsaken swinging out. Sprang does get quite a bit of connection there.
Doesn't have help.
But now, yeah, is getting flushed out. Quick turn on the flash. The Neural Theft going to be invested. Waiting to see if they can try to take him down. Karen able to find it in the end. Drops down on the top of who come on yet. So finding one. Smoke dissipating. Karen just re-steady.
Who is Karen?
As blast pack sent forward, Molly out from something will be able to find
Guys
the elimination. Now it's all on
oh!
He thinks Meteor's so low. Now the heals come in.
You have to save. You don't have anything to work with.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? Blackjack are gonna ask me for their top 10.
And not the start that PRX was looking for.
I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put Karen in it.
This year.
I'm gonna put Karen in it.
To be the leaders of the Euro compositions on Bind.
In fact, I'll do a stream.
World to see last year.
I'll do a stream for
strap wire. Doesn't want to give them any inkling.
Coming up with my top 10 players
for the hunt.
The crazy part
and we'll go through it, and we'll go through the stats and stuff.
Double trap wire set
we'll come up with my list.
They're not going to risk anything further either. They want to snowball the lead as much as possible.
We're going to watch the Carabao Cup final? No, I don't think so.
Left over. Did used to, I believe, onto that site, but
hey, bonus round win for GenG.
Yep. And that's a big one because, I mean, Lakia went into that with just the Ghost in hand. Carries over one of those rifles, so it's only one weapon lost for the side
if
of
the
GenG.
whole of Fnatic isn't there, you're smoking? Even Boaster?
It just hasn't died.
Yeah. Activated that first neural theft already.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, just going through the comms as well. It seems like that's what they talked about during this break, just saying, don't get overly excited.
Not Boaster. I mean, I could understand putting the other 4 in there,
They're
I think.
only 10 rounds
I would, if I had to guess, I probably would put the other 4 in there, but we'll have to go through it.
With that carryover rifle.
Who knows? Fnatic might not make it to Madrid. Hello?
Once more over towards the B
Hello?
side.
Fnatic might not make it to Madrid.
Catching a glimpse of Divide before he makes his way back over in towards Elbow. The lock down, the drop into the smoke and texture. He's taking him out. Spray as well. Softening up Monyet. The paint shell does come through. Will interrupt the plan for now. Shifted around now within the tube.
Heretic owns Fnatic? Yeah. I have to put Boo and Mini Boo in there.
Okay, the check.
Boo, Mini Boo, Karen.
Swings around, will finally be felled, but now
this?
Mind Freak. Scoreline continuing to build up for him. Forsaken trying to find something with the Sheriff.
Angel?
Can't make it happen. It's now once again on to Monyet. But given that he was the one that saved, doesn't have the money built up.
Benji Fishy?
Be the one that saves again.
So far, obviously, 2 rounds with some iffy purchases on
GenG
the
up
side
to a
of
good start.
PRX, but what we're really seeing here is GenG
Scream?
aware that that's going to be the setup that you often find with these Euro defaults. It's a Euro on B, trying to
I'm going to have to put Nature in there and Jorgamo and
but oftentimes
Apoth.
you're going to need some other support. So the Fade is there with him. They try to pressure it. They try to push it back into the site as fast as possible. Worst case comes if the TP comes through. Meteor's ready for it. He's watching for that teleport, for that showers control, so he's not giving it up for free. It's a strong default.
Steel and Shroud, yeah. Steel and Shroud.
As the defending team has to figure out the answer to.
Yeah, Meteor's
Baby Bay.
Clean so far here in this map. The movement there,
Baller
on the Thrash into the Cyber Cage, being able to trade one before getting taken down. Dangerous.
I could just put Baller and Knight for fun.
PRX, which is why we see the timeout again.
Obi-Wan, yeah.
Out very early on.
Yeah, and you're not even on the attacking side right now, so you can't even just say we're going to rush one site anymore. That's not going to work.
You can rush out of one site.
You could rush out of one site. We have seen that before for PRX.
All of Wolves.
Sometimes that's what catches them off guard. But
I mean, to be fair, I might have to put the Wolves players 1 to 5.
Obviously, GenG showed one iteration.
Just all the Wolves players 1 to 5.
Against DRX, who also was running a Euro composition. So PRX, they, not much time, but they had some data to
Harry
go
Maguire.
off. And this time, GenG is just saying, let's try to get a read on PRX first. So let them make the first move. They're going to be antsy for it, and they would have identified that absolutely correctly.
The Lion from Narnia.
We'll see what
I once played the Lion from Narnia.
After Alex's intervention,
in
has come through. Put
in
into
a
the hands
play.
of something now, which
in the Lion
the
original
stats right now,
one.
but coming into this map, even being
You
down
look like a
in the
lion.
series and having GenG be at match point, something's
Aslan.
impeccable.
Yes.
Tied for
Gandalf.
fragging alongside Charon.
Gandalf the Grey.
50 kills so far in the series. He's 16 and 5 in first kills, first deaths.
Jeez.
I can't really draw because otherwise
the start of the
Shake's
value here,
faded.
something that's been amazing. But
Forsaken gets one, but again, it's just a dry swing.
It's
It's just full of dry swings, PRX. What are we doing?
Deep hard angle outside of B. Just gets punished.
Yeah, and he just thinks because of the hard push that they're going to be holding further back away from Fountain, but Meteor's just up close.
Tell him, Hank, this is how it feels. To be scoped in and instantly don't. Mind Freak, however,
Spike down B.
instantly finding 3. Extra answering 1.
Mind Freak, not a fraud.
Will be able to finish him off. Fantastically done by Mindfreak. Hoping to bail him out, but yet another round loss keeps them alive.
I mean, I still don't love all the dry swings, but Mindfreak saves it.
Mindfreak performing as he has been the entire kickoff, because he's had some ups and downs throughout his career. Obviously, very storied alongside the rest of the PRX squad. But when he's at his peak, he's so clean with it. And just the comparisons and the stories we're getting just from this finals alone, right? The controllers, Mindfreak and Charon, you mentioned it. Obviously, there's the fragging potential between Something and Charon. The duelists, of course, Texture, really trying to continue to be the top of the pack.
Okay.
Oh my!
Like ships passing in the night, but
Again, why are you going out there on your own? Why is our race blast packing out shower on their own? What the fuck are they doing?
Move out into the corner. Forsaken makes his way into the dimensional drift. See what he opts for here. As okay, flash out, showstopper sent towards heaven. Mask comes off. That's the fake out. Texture falling for it, but eventually just gets flushed out.
No trade? No trade on that? How?
With a nice tap, takes out Meteor. Munchkin lock yet now the last one standing. Spot on the one. Mindfreak heading across towards Showers.
They should know that he's trapped somewhere in Lamps. He saw a little bit more info coming out from that Prowler as well.
Not going for the teleporter play here. Is Mindfreak going to be creeping all the way around over?
Now they got something's up over towards B, so if they go back to B, they're kind of screwed.
I don't mind that, but that could be
what
gives GenG this opportunity. They have all the time to explore the entire site.
Because now Mindfreak's kind of inside of the TP. Mindfreak's been clean his last couple of rounds. You can surely hear that in heaven.
Hearing the jump peeking, Dizzy going out, Munchkin with a click clear. Doesn't seem to be worried about potential wall bang coming through. Reads this very nicely, but Mindfreak.
Okay, Mindfreak playing well. I mean, GenG's money is still good enough.
Well, if it's not going to be your crazy duelists that are putting the round wins on the board, someone's got to do it, and Mindfreak's here to answer the call. Barely bringing them back into this. Forsaken committing to that spray was good, and also the dimensional drift just to make sure they can't commit the plant. Then the orbital strike, and then the flash as well to try to trap some of them with that blinded vision.
RB's team a winner.
That Brimstone ultimate. I like the entire sequence of it, and it eventually leads to that round win that PRX oh so desperately needed. Op still, of course, in the hands of Something as well.
Locked out. Lock, yeah, actually does swing. Getting marked by in there.
GenG, the best team in the world.
Holding back to see if there's going to be another.
No, but they do look pretty good.
Something with this op.
But that does seem to be the adjustment that they've made since that timeout. Not pushing entirely out, not full W gaming, but they will force the hand a little bit. Make sure that these default setups for GenG can't stay the way they are.
I mean, the no Viper on defense, like
this offense like a defense.
It is tough. Like defending B in particular, I think will be tough.
Blown out, jump peek. Not going to be spotting anything here. So for now, PRX still trying to really get a read on what GenG's movement's going to look like. This does send Forsaken back over towards this A site, so three-man stack there, but the
should get the Skydog out here before they swing.
Have to be ready for this. There's the dog to lead
nice
the way.
Swing with it. He did leg shot, and that's unlucky.
Shot through it. Managed to stay alive and
they're gonna grab the ult orb, go and ult the body. See where everyone is. They might TP. Kind of have a choice if they want. They go TP.
A little bit of a bait and switch attempt here with the teleporters, but yet still hovering nearby. Shot sent on that entry. Tucks back in towards Lamps.
Monyet now stuck in Lamps. No one there to back him up just yet.
Shot flying. It's actually Monyet finding a kill. Canon going to be taken down.
Trade, Seekers come out.
Will never fly.
Know where they all are.
Dancing around inside of the cyber cage. And
nice from GenG.
The cleanup will be there.
Just a good round.
Still standing. GenG.
Swing off the dog.
Back with a fifth round win.
Getting the Cypher ult.
That's a really well read round. A quick adjustment to PRX. As soon as PRX starts to pressure
best
the initial
Coldplay
song
just
a bit, GenG just cuts all audio, doesn't invest more util, creeps up to the starting line, which this time is a little bit further behind.
I kind of hate most of Coldplay songs, so I'll say the one that I actually don't mind, which is Violet Hill.
You just have no escape. And Munchkin following those Seekers, leading him to victory.
There's a long and dark December.
Wide peek from Texture, just gonna get swung out by hearing a decent amount of noise. Wisely decides to creep back. Just has a stinger, so at range, not going to be doing him too many favors. But Forsaken, what a shot!
Right above the Trailblazer.
Yeah. Finding Texture's head, taking him down, eats a bit of damage here. Now spamming through the Cyber Cage, trying to find the shot. Lockett will be able to get something. That's Forsaken, still just trying to come up with the goods.
Oh, Monyet, nice. Okay, PRX hold on to the site. They got there in time, which was kind of crucial.
Shut down the attack.
The Raze ult, big kill.
It's an excellent setup from both Forsaken and Divide. Divide, of course, is backing out, holding the cross
Monyet
from
Trace
elbow.
looking good as he wins them around.
First shot, but sends that fake gate crash early on. It keeps him tied up, buys all the time for the backup to come in the form of a showstopper.
Great re-entry from Monyet.
Yeah. Beautiful. Finally getting a little bit of that
Monyet goes for a judge. Light shield judge.
Here by
and they've got loads of money.
He's finding his footing, and it's a push out from PRX.
The hell's this? A little aggressive play?
Right the rib here as Forsaken goes rushing forward, managing to find one, but the trade back.
I mean, it just hasn't worked.
GenG finding 2 kills.
The aggression that they've shown just hasn't been...
Trailblazer cleared out the volley, trying to slow, but Meteor looking forward into showers. As soon as Mind Freak realizes it, he's already dead.
Why am I walking?
Here for GenG.
Because of this. Down here that you can't see.
Bouncing forward, the boot bomb will kill off Texture. Meteor.
Okay, they have enough money to buy because they want a thrifty,
another
but
neural theft is GenG, locking 6 rounds on this
big time
attack.
for GenG, and there we go.
Now, again, looking at the competition, as crazy as single controller does sound for either side of
Why are we so toxic to Monyet all of a sudden? I used to pride this chat for not being toxic. We used to get refugees from the main chat saying, I'm gonna come here because the main chat is too toxic.
Yeah, they push
and now
out,
here we are.
They lose 2 people to 1. You've already invested a molly. You have to use the second one just to buy time, but after that, you have nothing to delay. GenG does not respect it. They just push through from both showers and a short.
I must wait a moment.
Quick clear on the cam. Dart not found, but looks like GenG not looking to waste any time. Teleporter going to be instantly taken here.
Ban them? No, I don't want to. I'm happy for people to express their opinions, but it just gets annoying. Like, Monyet clutches around, and then it's still like, oh, Monyet's costing them on Raze as he fucking gets a 2K that wins them around. Like, oh, God forbid. Oh, look at Monyet. He's underperforming again as fucking Device, Something, and Forsaken are like negative by 5 kills each.
You know what's crazy is Texture
God forbid.
That by looking
we get it. He's not as good as Jing. We get it.
On the pop flash and then flicks right back up.
You could have just stopped the sentence after saying Texture.
Yes, he is crazy. You are correct. Sometimes a little long-winded on my commentary.
You probably have too many Tarek views.
Just impressive.
What is Tarek's chat like?
Again, I can't help but emphasize the point that
obviously I'm normally streaming when Tarek is, so I don't ever.
And he's always been great.
Lockie on the hunt attempt will be staved off.
Pots.
Actually, just making sure there's no attempts at some ninja.
Imagine being a fucking mod for Tarek.
Make his way back out to safety here. Damn near flawless round for GenG. Now 7 rounds on this attack side. And I agree with you in regards to PRX's comp likely having just,
Oh yes, how dare Monyet cost PRX this game?
Eventually, you do hit a point where it feels like it's the point of no return.
Yeah, and I think that's right here, right now. A little bit left to the ground and flicks right back up. Not surprised about this timeout. You want to get these last 2 rounds. And obviously, I mean, the 7-5 scoreline, is the halfway point as close as you can get without being a 50-50. But
that's money.
Really, more than that, as you mentioned, you need something to hold your hope on. And it can't just be, we absolutely have to win the pistol. You need a little bit more than that, especially with a risky composition like this. Just a 1 brimstone.
I mean, have you just considered that maybe GenG
that gets so
are better than PRX? Put your feelings aside. Accept the truth. Accept our new overlord, Karen. Accept that the best player in this lobby is named like a 45-year-old woman.
Getting ready.
Accept that fate.
To dwindle out.
Embrace it.
See what kind of impact he's going to be able to have and whether or not they can try to rescue the remainder of this half. Like you said, 7-5. Given the composition, the setup here from PRX, I'd say those are pretty decent odds for them. They need to be able to get these last 2. Showstopper pit available on the side of GenG. Yet another dimensional drift here for Forsaken.
See what value it brings. I feel like, sure, you get some tricky kills now
and
then.
They got a Yoru and Fatal. They won off a Gecko.
Outside of the kills themselves, hasn't been that easy to find amazing value for space, as GenG's been fairly prepared for it.
Oh, look at Taku trying to get all fucking legal on your ass.
That Trailblazer coming, and that's going to be the rotation as well.
Very passive, but they're just waiting for this ult. Oh my god, you crazy man. How are you not dead?
At the fake, however. Now it's kind of going to be stuck within that smoke.
Okay, there you go. You get what you deserve.
Get him down, the pit's going to be invested.
I mean, when we've got the Viper's Pit, that feels a bit crazy. Yeah, takes a TP.
Looks to just slow him up. Forsaken jump in the corner, however, catching Lakia with util in hand. Takes him down with a shorty. Draws down that Phantom. Finds another kill. Meteor now gone. Aaron forced to the other side. The tap onto the spike. The swing.
Not planning for them?
What? Will be able to clean him up.
Did they just get multiple?
Wow,
so the wingman.
With the Clad 2. And
this wasn't a great round by GenG.
As they line up through the tube.
When will the plant in the pit? It's so much better. When you plant inside the pit, your chance of winning are so much higher.
A risky endeavor.
I need to see that one back here.
I mean, Texture, I don't know what, like he's trying to get away with some kind of cookie play, but when we got a Viper's Pit, we kind of need you on site.
I mean,
something with those 2 kills in the back end. Whew. Bailing them out when it looked like.
Okay, big last round, because I would expect PRX attack is going to be okay.
PRX now up to 4.
Especially with the Forsaken Yora, we might cook
still have that
something
dimensional drift as well. The Odin for the pressure.
Oh my god!
How does he win out?
Why are you getting the ult ult, friend? How are you going to get a second ult? Explain how you get a second ult.
Not the spot on a Mind Freak. Flash goes in. He swings around the box. Meteor now maybe looking for an ace. Some of the crowd start chanting it. Forsaken sprinting around, trying to identify the positions here of the GenG members.
Can you ult twice in one round?
Slow swinging onto the box. They double face him.
If you're playing Phoenix, and you start with an ult, and you ult, you don't get a kill. You get 4 kills, pick up both ult ults. You can actually, well, yeah, you only need 3 kills.
Double kill for Meteor to open that
Has anyone actually ever done that?
First shot from PRX was intentional or not.
That's crazy. Ulting twice. Cypher ulting twice in one half.
They were already spread out.
That might be not as easy because you have to already have someone dead. But
he's not.
God, you can Phoenix ult twice in one round. That is funny.
These impossible rounds, impossible fights. He is so used to fighting these 1vx situations.
Oh, that's a chin.
Yeah, what does he do? That's actually a great point. Can he throw a second hat? What's the animation?
Oh no, some of the PRX fans perhaps kind of staring down the end of this match.
We're asking the real questions now.
It is looking tough. And PRX, here's the thing: is that forget trying to defend the title of Pacific Kings, Champions of Pacific, but they've been here so many times, so close to try to lead and close out a match, and they just haven't been able to do it. As soon as they face an opponent that they thought they should beat, and they were challenged, they've crumbled in the last leg of it.
Well, it all needs to begin right here. A monstrous run back ahead of them if they want to extend this into that 5th and final map of
on the next episode of Mythbusters, yeah. That's blown my mind.
Been such a
I've never even thought about that before.
12 rounds played,
until Meteor randomly picked up an ult orb in round 12.
Wow.
Impeccable for him.
Yeah, such a clean game for Meteor. Has that Cypher, and what a pick against this composition and this team.
Hey, 8-4 PRX probably need this pistol.
Of how to just
they'll probably force if they don't, though, no PRX.
Into another stable role here.
See what PRX want to do, ultimately for now. But a very fanned out. Cypher util set up here on the A site, but Meteor still going to be playing over towards B. Seems like they're very much expecting that PRX are going to end up going towards the site. As okay, Lakia, Pixel out of place spotted. Mind Freak sending a warning shot. And now the forces of PRX start gathering up, getting ready to attack the A site.
Yeah, I mean the A
yeah, that is a weird Cypher trip. I mean, they're just obviously playing full retake A, but even still.
You see that deep tripwire. They just want to know if backside is taken or not. Munchkin will try to get some shots in.
He does.
Actually,
they're going to come full flank. 4 people flanking.
Still wants to try to send down that bite. He's greeting for Red, and the Dick comes in, and he runs out of bullets.
Monyet's not helping my cause with that fight.
Goes for the reload. That's a pretty.
You're not helping the cause there, buddy.
GenG, considering the damage already out onto something. Texture now swinging around from behind. Mind Freak. Tucked away, backing away from that smoke for the time being.
Forsaken also not helping the cause. Also, it's not planning for them. MyFreak has to win the round.
However, getting distracted. The nice little tug of war coming through is Texture.
Somehow they've...
Lakia, last one standing by, rushing forward, and he gets it.
Oh, Lakia wins it. I mean,
but either way, he had all the time in the world.
MyFreak is literally 1v flying. MyFreak is 1v9 right now.
It's
MyFreak against the world.
GenG, abusing the fact that Cypher, obviously global utility, sets it up in A, but not to delay. Even the toxic screen, it's not meant to delay. It's just meant to make sure that the retake is easier. I mean, they get the free gift of the early kill onto Magnet, but they had the trip set up, the spy cam set up to make sure that PRX can't find a good post-plant position. And Munchkin feels good about that. What a read, what a call from the IGL. And a good first
There we go,
kill.
GenG.
Shoves MindFreak out into showers, and now PRX.
And they didn't force. I am shocked they haven't forced. Shocked.
Oh boy. Garon around the corner. There's the push in. There's one. There's basically the collab with the judge.
The long-range support from the Guardian as well.
See, my goat knows the best guns to use.
Tucks away. The Prowler coming through. Munchkin. He'll get himself a second. Garon gets the third.
Aaron, my goat.
Flawless anti-eco. This GenG now up to double digits. 3 rounds away from becoming the kings of the kickoff.
You play enough games on stage, and even a cracked aimer like Karen's going to be using the judge as well, getting the full Valorant experience. Playing like a cracked aimer, swinging out on those wide swings, sometimes playing like a Rat King, and he'll do it all.
10-4.
I mean, what do you do as PRX?
I mean, PRX have to win this. If they don't win this, they're
chances
done.
Just
They're
fighting with
cooked.
the buy round, and you're already down 6 rounds.
Not many chances and no timeouts as well to work with. All of them having to be burned within those first 10 rounds.
Oh, no.
I mean, aggressive flash play.
Out, the turn for the flash, but 2 kills now, 3 gonna be found. Some good answer back here. Something and Divide find one apiece. Divide now finding himself a second, but it's another play.
It's over.
You miss it.
It's
round
over.
Between these 2 squads, Texture picks up a 3K with the Guardian, and GenG continue to strive towards the throne.
Accept your fate, PRX fans. Welcome to the new world.
PRX used to play absolute
GenG.
disrespect, knowing that you can win.
My team.
Look at just how confident Texture is.
I was so high on GenG the whole offseason.
This man just does
I told
not
you
lose
that this team was dominate.
It's like he's constantly playing with neural theft. Just knows every single angle they're going to peek from.
I mean, this could be the start to just one heck of an insane year for Texture.
Prowler in, but Snakebite to delay. Paint shells. Where those ones went. Full flash though onto Munchkin. Drop in, Lakia lurking. Outside Garden, managing to find one. Something with the Guardian, however, able to get Texture, but now Meteor arrives. Forsaken, no HP. Garon.
One
enemy shut down. 7
coming through.
Remaining. The rookie versus the bat, and the rookie.
And my goat, he doesn't lose those.
Forsaken needed that one.
Doing it for the 50-year-old women everywhere.
This squad is building something insane. I mean, obviously the year has just started, sure, but with the performances they've had throughout so many maps, having to play through so many matches, all going the full distance.
This goes here.
I don't think we can say that this is just a kickoff thing. I think they are building towards an absolute monstrous year. And if they get the 3 championship points right off the bat, going to Masters of Madrid at a higher seed.
All for one.
One step
Hey,
forward,
PRX have 3 ults.
Equalized. Forsaken gone. It's a lot of firepower taken away from the team.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
Thrash will lead the charge. Texture hanging back.
See him?
Avoid detection. Orbital strike sent in from Karen, just delaying. Monyet up in front of it. Being decayed down lower and lower.
you're in trouble.
The target here as Texture tries to make
How's
his
he
way to
live?
safety. He barely does. Flash from Lakia. The drag across. Finds one. Munchkin swinging the corner. Finds another. MindFreak and Monyet.
Spike is by the
now it's just down
TP.
to Monyet and something. The TP is going to be used. Karon. The classic in hand. Charlie, no!
Oh!
He finds one.
My goat.
3 HP separating the 2 remaining players. A paint shell in the hands of Monyet. The Boombot here for Texture.
Planted.
The plant comes down. Texture playing it patiently. But we can see Monyet tucking and swinging around through the elbow. And so far, Texture not getting a sense of this at all. But now he will turn his sights over. He spots him. He's got it done.
GG.
13-4. The players already on their feet. Texture will get the defuse as Arrest start the celebrations. GenG, they have controlled Chaos Incarnate. They have put a leash on Anarchy. And they are the kings of the Pacific.
Look how happy they are.
Every single player on this team looking for redemption, and they help lead Charon, the rookie, to a royal road in the VCT Pacific. This is a tournament run to go down in the history of VCT.
General GenG eating good tonight.
This season from GenG, from a team that struggled so much in the opening debut season of VCT Pacific. The 4-0 start into the cataclysmic fall to obscurity.
There is GenG. Who would have thunk?
They came into this season with many a question mark surrounding the roster, the decision.
Do I have time to? I do have time to make a deadlock video, so I think I will do that.
Who had never even had the opportunity to prove himself in any capacity with Charon. And now he himself, this young gun, this rookie, in his debut on any stage.
Live? No, I won't do it
royal
live.
Roader. Fist bumps about between the two squads. Obviously, for PRX, we still will be seeing
what else?
more of them.
Wolves isn't on until after the other China game.
Alongside GenG as their cohort.
So this game won't start until this game has started, really. The Team Vitality Gentle Mates game. So I'm thinking,
cast on them likely than ever before.
I do want to watch this. I'll try and be ready for this. I'll try and be ready for this.
Incredibly well-deserved win.
But we'll see. Do the interview? I don't have time. I really don't have time. You can watch it on the main stream. I'm not playing Throw Cities all the time. Okay, goodbye.
Just about do it for
I'll be back on in a
myself
couple
here. It's
hours.
been an absolute pleasure to guide you guys through